Yo, what is up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Umineko playthrough, and we have got some really fucking cool stuff today, because obviously we have just seen, you know, last time we have seen the charge taken by Furudo Erika, and now we're going to see the, you know, the total logic battle we're actually going to have in, you know, this new episode. And it's going to be really quite interesting just to see, you know, firstly how people, you know, how Erika and obviously everybody else try to deny Kinzo, and also what is going to happen in general with, you know, Delano. She's going to be a big threat. I don't deny that whatsoever. Yeah, so I do wonder what's going to happen with her, and I also wonder, you know, what's going to happen with all of these people, because obviously we've never really seen beforehand a logic battle where all of the people, well, a logic battle that's firstly occurred in the game board, and secondly, all the people in the game board are actually there assisting or potentially reacting or something like that. I don't know. It's going to be really quite something just to see, you know, what actually happens. So, yeah, let's get into this. Right, this is going to be so cool. So, how could you know? Yeah, so a little bit of context. Basically, they are trying to deny the fact that Natsuhi has potentially been the murderer of the crime. I find it, and, you know, the perpetrator of the crime with Kinzo. Or, you know, I do wonder how they're going to differentiate between the crimes regarding Kinzo and all of the crimes in general. Now that you've met up with me, this is your demise. Yeah, escape will not be permitted. None can escape. True, we can't deny that it would be possible for Father to suddenly wake up and go somewhere, but you know what? I can say for sure that such a thing couldn't have happened. You know what? Yeah. That is interesting. So why wouldn't Kinzo have suddenly woken up? How could I know? Are you trying to say you stood outside this door all night? Yeah, that's a little bit creepy. What? Yeah, someone was watching. This kid right here. Who the fuck are you? Oh my god, it's Gertrude. Wait, when she says this kid here, who is she actually talking about? What? Not Erika. Wait, no. Somebody was actually watching though. It doesn't matter who, somebody was watching. Please allow me to speak. So this is a really interesting person here. It looks like some sort of furniture of Delano's? I don't know, I mean, that would be reasonable. Look at the tie, though. I think this outfit is so cool. To be honest, I think Yukishi kind of ruined the outfits, you know, putting them in that, the swimsuit, but apart from that, the outfits are really cool. To be honest, it just kind of pisses me off that the outfits are just all in swimsuits. Like, oh my god, I just think it ruined an outfit like this, really, but I don't know, that's just my opinion. Yeah, the palace guards are ordered to blockade the study door. By the way, this is a really quite cool thing. I've got to turn the music up. The doors to heaven open with a strong, unrelenting radiance like the sun's, announcing the arrival of Delano's underlings. Yeah. Those words were clad in the red truth and cut off the witch's method of escape. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Siesta 45 right here. Siesta 410 right here. Yeah, isn't it ironic to think that, you know, Siesta 45, even though she's saying it's been a long time to Beatrice, she is probably going to be the person who's going to help kill her. I don't know, though. I do wonder why the Siesta sisters are actually here. It doesn't really make much sense. It has been some time, Grey Lady Beatrice. Oh my god. We were dispatched in accordance with Alliance Agreement 1506. Jesus Christ, how many are there? And a request from the Great Court of Heaven. We apologise for the rudeness that is to follow. Ah, we formed a precision blockade on the study. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. I think it's better if you stay away from it. That laugh. Allow me to speak. Yeah, that is interesting. So this person here. This person here really looks like Delana in the fact that there is no emotion whatsoever and it is just pure, unbiased red truth. Now, this is really interesting. It's kind of like the female version of Genji, or is that just me? Allow me to speak. I say again, from last night at 11 until the present time. Yeah, the study door was not even opened once. This is a really good theme. I love this ARP. It actually works really well. Oh, that's a nice drum pattern. I'm gonna enjoy vibing to this theme while playing this. Oh yeah, sorry, I've made my music too quiet. There we are. Ooh! Wow! Oh my god, so it was red truth barrier. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. What is that scrap of paper? It's a completely ordinary receipt that proves that the doors haven't actually been opened. That is interesting. Oh my god, just look at how happy Eva is to, you know, disprove Natsuhi. But even so, this mere scrap of paper proves that you lied. Last night when he came out of the study. Yeah. Eva saw her chance and wedged a receipt into the crack of the study door. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah. And it fell down just now when Rudolph-kun opened the door for us. Know what that means? It means that Kinzo has either been killed there and somehow his body has been dealt with, or he has always been dead from the beginning. Yeah, know what that means? In other words, from 11 last night until now, yeah, he never went outside. Yeah, Father couldn't possibly have opened this door. What did you say? Rudolph. The window was locked, right? Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, and he risked a lot while doing so. That's why I smashed the glass. The other windows are all locked as well. Yeah, definitely, yeah. The other windows are all locked as well. They're built so that you can't lock them from the outside. God. Who's this? Oh, Cornelia. Right. Interesting. She looks like Gertrude as well. Allow me to speak. Know that the windows were all locked. She sounds really... She sounds just so curt and so unbiased. Oh my god, and so malicious in a way. Allow me to speak. Know that the windows were all locked. Oh yeah, good one. Yeah, and palace guards blockade all of the windows. Oh my god. By the name of the Eisern Jungfrau, I give the palace guards permission to make use of forbidden weapons. Understood. Entire force, permission granted for use of forbidden weapon. Red warheads? Oh my god, what are they going to do? Begin transmitting activation code? Ah, the password doesn't work. I love how the Chiesta sisters are so powerful, and yet they don't have a single ounce of technical understanding. Oh my god, Portent, turn caps lock off and try again. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Chiesta scored precision blockade for study door and all windows complete. We warn the Great Lady Beatrice that if anything is caught passing through these physically, conceptually, or by any other method. Jesus Christ. Ooh, shoot without warning. That's really interesting. So that's basically saying that if anything is actually caught, you know, either passing through the doors, if anything, I'd assume, I really do wonder when it says conceptually, as if there is any theory that is actually relating to things actually passing through the windows, they are literally going to fire warheads at them. I mean, my god. By the way, what is the, I've got a, what? Oh my god. It quite literally translates to Iron Maiden. Haha. That's hilarious. Oh right, so Jungfrau is just the group of the furniture. Right. But that's really interesting. It was a medieval torture device. That's not what I fucking searched. Oh, gee. Oh. Yeah, that's fucked. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that is... Are you telling me that these people, the pledgers of justice and, you know, the witch hunters from heaven are literally like that? That's a bit... Not a bit, really scary. Bit contradictory. Red warhead. God. Data link from Archangel Satellite 4. Homing format, verdict, model, conceptual guidance. Fair, yeah, and on top of that we've got red warheads. No, I see that. Yeah, impossible to shoot down. Impossible to avoid. Yeah, of course, yeah, impossible to survive when hit. Oh my god. Yeah, smash even Lady Beatrice into a little bit. Yeah, that is scary. The GS squad laid down a pinpoint blockade over the door and all of the windows. Oh my god. Yeah, escape would no longer be permitted by through any of these. Exactly, not even Beatrice. All of these other people as well. My. That's actually really quite funny. Yeah, but I don't really think that's a good thing. I should be doing the welcoming, but it seems I am the one being welcomed. Fair, yeah. I'm grateful for the courtesy call, and you've even brought the Chiesta sisters. No time for fun. Oh my god. Allow me to inform you that your paths of retreat have been cut off. Commander Delano, let's now remove the sin and purify. I kill the sinner. You've done well. Miss Beatrice, I've had your path of retreat terminated. You cannot leave through the door, nor can you leave through the windows. Therefore, escape will now be prohibited. I don't know why, I just find it really funny to, whenever these really unnecessarily capitalized words are said, just saying them like that. They look better on the PS3 version and the Umineko Project version, but I don't know, I don't want to play Umineko Project because I don't like the backlog menu. The 07th mod has the best backlog, so that's why I'm using it. This song is really good, by the way. Yeah, not conceptually either. You think you shut me in with this alone? Yeah, fair enough, actually, yeah, because even if that wasn't the case, Chiesta sisters are right there. Yeah. A really, really deadly link of opponents. The Inquisitor of Heresy in Heaven and her subordinates, yeah, surrounded the witch. The Inquisitor of Heresy in Heaven. I love that title. I mean, my god. That really is a big title. I mean, yeah, so the subordinates used a powerful barrier to cut off Bertolt's methods of escapes. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, demons tend to resist capture, and as a result, they sometimes escape. Yeah, fair, yeah. However, angels counter by blocking off passages to escape, allowing them to eradicate their targets without fail. Yeah, that's understandable.
つまりこの書斎は夏日姉さんが昨夜就寝前のご挨拶とやらから。
Definitely, yeah. In other words, this study was a perfect closed room from the time Natsuhine-san claimed she said goodnight. Yeah.
ルドルフが扉を開けるまでの間。
Yeah, to the time Rudolph opened the door.
ならお父さんがここにおらなあかんはずや。
In that case, father would have to be here.
しかし、お父さんの姿は影も形もない。
There's not even a trace of him.
こら、どういうこっちゃというわけや。
Come on, what the hell's going on? Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's having a horrible time.
落ち着けと何度も言っておる。
I keep telling you to calm down.
扉と窓を塞いだだけで、このベアトリーチェを閉じ込めたつもりなど超千万。
Before the I, Beatrice, could be shut in just because the doors and windows are closed is simply laughable. Hmm.
遊ぶつもりだったが。
Oh no, no way. No. Kinzo, I was just playing around, but it seems I guess there's no such intentions. Oh, they're not going to be able to withdraw. Why are you that naive? Yes. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. I just find it so ironic that they are literally right there, and yet they are still having to have this logic battle because of the fact that obviously no one can see him, and it needs to be challenged, Kinzo's existence. I would not regret losing this life of mine, but for Natsuhi's sake, I cannot die yet. Yeah. Yeah, Beldor waved her pipe and the air was split vertically. Oh my god. Yeah, there. Yeah, that's interesting. Then a pitch black gate appeared there and slowly opened. It was a warp portal. Ah, the same as the pitch black holes that Gab used. Right. I believe this was written on my files. An elusive phantom. Oh, I'm sorry, but you really think that's going to work for Delana? Like, genuinely. As long as Kinzo have me, it will be impossible to capture him. Yeah, that is fair. The pitch black gate opened. That gate led from everywhere and to nowhere. Both Beto and Kinzo would be sent to a place where no one could catch them. A place where no one could set foot in, much less chance after them. That's naive as fuck, though. You really think something like that is going to work? I just get the impression that with this many really, really professional underlings from heaven itself, from the great court of heaven, you really think that that's going to be able to happen? I just don't know. I have a real doubt as to Beatrice escaping. This is the study of the Ushinomiya family head. Oh yeah, that's fair. No, I don't disagree with that, yeah. And it also was a room that Father had helped to design personally. Would it really be so strange if he had some way to get outside without using the door? Yes, that's correct. We've already heard it in red. There is no hidden door. There would be nothing strange about the Master having a hidden door. A hidden door? Good question, yeah, and where would that be? It's the devil's proof. It's the devil's proof until it's proclaimed in red. It's a hidden door, so I don't know. Yeah. There are several devices and hidden doors in this mansion that only Father knows of. Yeah. No one has seen them directly, but everyone in this mansion knows about them vaguely, correct? Oh yeah, of course the servants are being looked at. And yeah, there are. We saw one in episode 4. It's true that there have been always hidden rumors about hidden passages only the Master knows of. Yeah. Isn't it ironic to think that whenever Natsuhi's actually being defended, it's by the servants and Nanjo? It's true that Kinzo-san will probably like devices such as that. Yep, and another servant? And they are hidden doors after all. Fair. Fair enough, yeah. And there's so many places to look as well that you know, the severe area of the mansion, it really reduces the amount of, you know, coverage you can actually do easily. I really like this theme. Genuinely, this music is brilliant. Yeah, definitely, yeah. I just love this soundtrack, it's really good. I see, so it's the devil's proof. Unless a red truth is conveyed. You're saying that we can't deny the possibility that a hidden door exists in this room? God, that's nonsense of farce. Oh my god! God, she is horrible. Yeah, and I just find it really, really interesting that, you know, this could so easily be wrong. I mean, obviously she believes that it's right, but she doesn't necessarily know that it's right, and yet she's just treating it as if it's fully the truth. It's really quite, you know, brutal. That's nonsense, a farce. Even considering that your lie about concealing father's death is about to be revealed. How dare you? Do you even know what a devil's proof is? And to be fair, it's an obscure thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't know about it. But still, like, yeah, that's right. Just where in the study is there a hidden door? Exactly, though. You can't, but that doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't exist. Try and prove that it exists. Oh! Proof is unnecessary. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Oh, wait, hang on a second. So, are the people who are actually playing on the game board isolated and separated from these other people? Right, I think they might be. I didn't realise that. It's the devil's proof. It's impossible to find a hidden door and therefore impossible to disprove that it exists. Therefore, no one can deny the possibility that Kinzo escaped from the study through a hidden door. Oh! Oh my god! Look at that weapon! I will not allow a hidden door to exist in this room. Yep. Because that has entirely disproved the blue truth, I think. Yeah, and this has invalidated that option of using a hidden door. Bertolt's blue wedge, which had been fired off as a farewell gift. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah, was crushed with a flash of Diana's long sword. And the pitch black gate was... Oh, yeah, funny that. And the pitch black gate was crushed as well. Yeah, interesting. And it wasn't just crushed visibly and physically. Oh, yeah, fair, yeah. The warp portal conceptualizing hidden doors would remain destroyed from that point onwards. Yeah, because obviously you can't use that as an easy conclusion. Why can someone like you, who is neither the owner of the study nor the game master? To be fair, that is a fair question. Yeah, I see that. Is it just because of the amount of severe power she actually imposes? Use the red tree. Yeah, and what was that? What do you mean you will not allow hidden doors to exist? It's because this is the mystery genre. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Noxus third, is it? It is for... How can she use the red? What? It is forbidden for hidden passages to exist. Hidden doors mustn't exist in the mystery genre. Sorry about that. Yeah, that is interesting. So if we actually look at Noxus commandments, which probably in this case are actually made by Delana, you know, we can actually have a connection between... We can have rules that the crimes can't follow. In this world, there are no other gods except our god, and no hidden doors exist. God, she is so menacing. They must not exist, and we won't let them exist. They're blasphemy against our god. No, I see that, yeah. Enough pride in you to shock a witch. It's so painful to watch it, it's actually pleasurable. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Here it is, the 10 wedges to pierce witches. Yeah, just like usual, it's the kind of irrational argument I just love to hear. What a fool. The devil's proof might have been vague enough to let you escape from everything up until now. Fair, yeah. Yeah, fair, but now that you're right up against Lana, that move won't work anymore, Beatrice. Oh my god, what was that? Oh, that's the red sword, I'd assume. I still thought you're no different from any witch after all. I'm disappointed. Berto. Oh, no way, I don't disagree with that whatsoever. Berto, it seems this isn't an opponent we'll be able to escape from easily after all. Yeah, I don't disagree. Please do entertain me, Beatrice-san. You should at least serve some tea for your guests. It doesn't even matter if it's third rate tea, oh my god. Come on, please use the blue truth. And tell me how Kinzo-san escaped from the closed room study. It is really interesting to think that there's no devil's proof because of the fact that if it doesn't follow the commandments of Nox, then, you know, it's kind of like a framework that all of these mysteries actually have to have, and if it doesn't follow it, then, you know, it cannot work whatsoever. So moves that we may think are really valid could potentially be the opposite because of the fact that they defy the commandments. That is interesting. Very well. Oh, yes, good theme choice. Yeah, make sure you don't cry. I don't disagree. Yeah, it's possible that after slipping out the door, Kinzo noticed the trick with the receipt and correctly returned it to its original place. But then, why did Eva recognize the fact that it was in exactly the same location as before? I mean, this is 1986. I think it would be really quite unlikely if someone like Kinzo would own a camera that he can actually use as a reference point. Or maybe it was in a really similar position that Eva may have recognized. Ooh. Denial of that with the red has already been finished. Fair, yeah. After 11, the door to the study was not opened even once. Fair.
金蔵は希代の魔術師で発明家かもしれぬぞ
Kinzo might have been a marvelous magician and an inventor, right?
体を霧にする薬を発明して鍵穴から抜け出したのかもしれぬ
Yeah, that is a twisted argument, but how the fuck are you going to be able to actually use this? I mean, isn't that just asking for something to be disproved? He might have invented a drug that turns his body to mist and slipped out through the keyhole. That's ridiculous. Yeah, good. Yeah, because obviously this can be so easily disproved. No such drug exists. It must not exist. Yeah, because obviously I think it's the 7th commandment. No unnatural things can exist within a mystery.
あるいはテレポート装置を発明
Yeah, and that
していたか
applies to
も
the
しれぬ
7th
ぞ
commandment as well. Or maybe he invented a teleport device,
その可
right?
能性とて悪魔の証明で否定不能であろうが
Is it? The possibility is undeniable because of the devil's proof. Well, what about the red truth, though? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Does this person use the red truth after every single blue truth? Yeah, that could potentially be really, really deadly, but at the same time, it could be very beneficial. Yeah, because obviously Beatrice's theories are just, you know, they're getting shorter and shorter, one by one. Such a machine does not exist. Yeah, good, yeah. Yeah, I will not allow it to exist.
ほうこの世のすべての薬物をそなたは調べられるのか
Oh, so you can examine every drug in the world.
未知の科学装置の存在を否定できるのか
You can deny the existence of unknown scientific devices.
できるわけがないそれが悪魔の証明
There's no way you can, it's the devil's proof.
そなたにその存在を
God, I
否
love
定
that
できるのか
expression so much. You cannot deny that they might exist.
繰り返します
I will repeat.
神の名においてそのような薬も機械も存在させません
I find it really, really interesting that this mystery is entirely the court-like ceremony that is actually going on at the moment, or not ceremony, but trial. It kind of is entirely dependent on the framework of Dlana. Like, to actually be able to win this, you've got to make it so that you have a valid theory that's not only valid, but also approves to her. You could be in the most valid territory, but if it doesn't approve to her and it doesn't follow the commandments of a mystery, then you can't actually have it as something that would be permitted. It's really brutal, it really is. That never applied with Battler, and by the way, oh my god, Battler is going to have a hard time when playing against someone like this. But at the same time, I don't really know if Battler will, because obviously Dlana is a piece in the game board rather than a piece outside, which Battler is. I'll repeat, by the name of God, I will not let such a drug or machine
未
exist.
来永劫存在することも許しません
I will not allow for them to exist for all eternity.
未来と
Not even in the future.
ほうほうそなたは人類の未来さえも否定してみせるというのか
Oh, so you think you can even deny possibilities in the future of the human race?
ノックス第4条です
It's Nox's fault.
未知の薬物およ
Yeah.
難
Oh, I
解
thought
な
that was the
科学装
seventh.
置の使用
What is the seventh commandment then? Let me use this as a learning opportunity. Right. Dude, it's not. Oh, Nox's Decalogue. Oh right, seventh is it is forbidden for the detective to be the culprit. I'm not gonna read the other ones because I want to learn them through Umineko. I wanna discover them while we actually discover the game. Discover them as the game progresses. Yeah, definitely though, yeah.
人類の進化と未来が持ち得る知識と技術は我が神が決定しますそしてその存在の否定を永遠に宣告されました
Oh, that's
よ
interesting.
って未来永劫そのような技術の存在は許しません許されません
The progression of humanity, as well as techniques and knowledge that might be obtainable in the future, are decided upon by our gods. and the denial of their existence has been proclaimed for eternity. Therefore, I will not allow such a technique to exist for all eternity. It is not permitted. Isn't that hilarious to think that, So it's interesting, it's basically saying what will be known and mystery-related techniques that are in the future will be decided on the god that actually rules, and that, you know, provides framework for how they are actually meant to, you know, provide these executions. And, yeah, but the denial of their existence, that's really interesting. But at the same time, because of the fact that the standards are going to change in the future, the denial will become a little more lenient when techniques are widely known, I'd assume. Baldo and Dlana had supposedly just gone through a massive exchange of red and blue. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's interesting, yeah. She's probably really, really used to that. That's scary. Yeah, however, not only did Dlana not take any damage, she also showed no sign of fatigue. God. It's really interesting to think that, you know, she views Beatrice as such an effortless opponent that she can basically do this without thinking whatsoever. Beato might have been a fearsome witch, but blood through her veins, and she did breathe. She felt both pain and fatigue. Oh yeah, that's bad, because obviously the more pain and fatigue you think, the less you are going to be able to think. I see that, yeah, but Dlana was like a doll made of marble. Yeah, that is interesting. She felt no fatigue, no pain, no hesitation. I do really, really see this in the fact that, you know, she may not be a doll, but she just really feels emotionless. She is only there for the justice. Even if Baldo's sharp wedges is aimed right for Dlana's eyes. Ah, yeah, she wouldn't have shut them. In fact, it's doubtful that she ever blinks in the first place. Yeah, that is properly weird. Oh my god. Yeah, interesting that Natsuki can actually talk to Beatrice here. Beatrice, hang in there. Oh, I see that, yeah, because obviously all of the moves that Beatrice would have previously used are just totally invalidated because of the fact that they don't follow the Noxus commandments. Well, I'd already heard the rumours, but our compatibility really is awful. Fair, yeah. Well, I'd already heard the rumours, but our compatibility really is awful. To think that dreams, hope, and even future possibilities will be forbidden. Yeah, it is actually really quite surprising to think that nothing possibly can be, you know, just because of the fact that it's new and it's recent, you would be able to deny it. But I do find it really interesting that this is the case. It makes it so that mysteries are based on pure logic. They don't have any understanding that needs to be learnt beforehand in order to actually do it. Well, apart from the crime scene, but obviously nothing else really. Even the strikes that have made Basilisk surrender over and over had absolutely no effect on Dlana. Yeah, fair enough, actually. Yeah, she is powerful. Well, I more or less knew that this was coming, but to think that I'd be repelled so easily. Oh, yeah, interesting that, yeah. Quite a formidable opponent.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so even the great goldsmith has gotten old and decrepit. Hearing those words come out of your mouth is rarer than seeing. I love that. 2 comets in the night sky. Fair. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not decrepit. I'm already dead.
そうであったな。
That's true.
すまんが、もうしばらくそうはさせぬ。
Fair enough. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Well, if Beatrice continues in this rate, she is going to be the one dead. So, of course. Yeah. It's until the end. Sorry, but I'm not letting you die for just a bit longer. Bertel experienced something she'd only rarely felt during her entire life. Oh, yeah, it was probably what we called hardship. Fair enough, yeah. Bertel quietly brushed aside Natsuhi's hand that tried to comfort her. And she regained her posture once again, showing off her witch's pride and her continued readiness to fight. Yeah, I mean, obviously having a readiness to fight is really, really good, but at the same time, having this much pride, that could potentially be a means of downfall. Who knows?
それで終わりですか？
Oh no, is that all?
私が出向くまでもなかった。
There was no need for me to come here.
失望です。
I'm No, I'm
まだ
disappointed.
であるぞ。今のはほんの小手すら
Yep, that is the total pride right there. It was just a test, guys, just a test. I'm not done yet. I was just testing a few moves just now.
そなたの手の内を探ったに過ぎぬわ。
Well, you've got to make it so that your next moves completely destroy the other moves in terms of quality then, to actually prove that these were just tests. I merely wish to measure your abilities.
意図愚かなりや。
How foolish.
身の程を知りたまえ。黄
Oh
金の魔
my
女。
god, know your place, Golden. God.
ベアトリーチェ卿。
Lady Beatrice. Beatrice's expression had become tense once again. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, it's just, it needs to be serious. There can never be anything but discipline here, because this is a serious threat. The mood changed.
もはや遊びの時間は終わりだ。
Got a new track. Sounds like... It sounds like some sort of really old Yukishi Higurashi track. The time for playing is over.
行くぞ。
Here I go.
ならば、金蔵が書斎の出入りをしなかったことを認めようぞ。
Yeah, but the only thing is, how are you going to do this without actually incriminating Natsuhi? In that case, I shall acknowledge that Kinzo did not enter or leave the study.
そなたの密室を受け入れようではないか。
Why don't I accept your closed room? Oh, she's a little bit shocked.
ベアトリーチェは攻撃法を変更したこと申し上げ立てまつる。
Let it be known that Beatrice has changed their pattern of attack. Beatrice, who had until then thoroughly resisted the idea that a closed room existed, did an about face. She proclaimed that she accepted their proposition. It is actually really quite surprising, and you know, look at Delana, she's actually surprised. Yeah, I do wonder what that's actually going to lead to, because obviously this move is not going to be stupid. There is going to be strategy that is involved with it. Oh, fuck. The thing I like about these soundtracks is they're so absurdly unusual. They really are. Of course, this didn't mean she'd surrendered. No, but obviously it means a different angle in which she is going to view her theories, I'd assume. This is a new attack of Bertos. Ah, right. Delana noticed this and readied herself. No, but the only thing is the fact that it is an attack means that she is going to be prepared. What's going on? I know, it is really quite surprising. But at the same time, I feel like she's going to accept it to then deny it furtherly. And maybe she's going to use this acceptance to, I don't know, emphasize the denial? Who knows? Why did Lady Beatrice acknowledge the closed room when she's trying to destroy it? Yeah, agreed, actually, yeah. Yeah, she's probably trying to claim that Kinzo existed outside of this room. Confirmation that the Great Lady Beatrice's water portal was reactivated. Fair enough, yeah. Natsuki claims to have talked with Kinzo in the study, but she never said that she spoke with him face to face. Yeah, true, actually, yeah. True. Yeah, therefore, if Kinzo was in a location other than the study, there is no contradiction as long as they held a conversation. True. Oh my god! What is that? Oh, that's a blue wedge that's probably going into Edika. Oh my god! Ooh! That actually kind of surprises me. So they are defeating Lana rather than Edika now. Yeah, after bouncing at an erratic angle, the witch's stake pierced the top of Lana's foot. You sure are slow. Oh my god, that must fucking hurt. God, you sure are slow. Top of the foot. Oh my. No emotion whatsoever. Natsuki used the internal line in this study to speak with Kinzo, who was in another place. I mean, the thing's strange if Kinzo, who hates the relatives, predicted that they'd enter his study and left to go somewhere else. Yeah, he might have gone to the hidden mansion, Kuwadorian. Ooh. Oh, that's actually really, really good. Yeah, Asmodeus' stake, which contained the power of Berthol's blue truth and pierced Lana's foot. Yeah, changed into a blue wedge. Yeah. That means that her move has actually been really quite valid. Not bad, that means that makes sense. Yeah, blue truth, valid. Good. Good, yeah. A cyclone of gold butterflies swept up with Berthol at its center. Oh, interesting. The magical power of the once smashed Black Gate was once again Ooh, that's interesting. If I can manage to hold Lana off here, I'll be able to walk Kinzo out of the study in time. All the way to Kuwadorian. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. Lana moved clumsily, trying to pull the blue wedge out of her foot. Oh yeah, but it didn't even budge. Of course, Belda didn't miss this chance. No, which were fair enough, actually, yeah. Yeah, that's understandable because obviously she's been really quite taken aback by probably the severe amount of pain that's in her foot. So as a result, you know, Beatrice is not letting her say anything. She's going to say her theories before Lana has a time to actually contradict any of these.
Natsukiの言う金蔵が金蔵本人を刺さない可能性がある。
I suppose this actually kind of proves the fact that Natsuki has been the last person to actually see Kinzo alive. That would actually, yeah, because obviously Kinzo would have, you know, became hidden from the relatives, and if he was in Kuwadorian, nobody would have been able to see him. I've got more to get ready. There's a chance that Kinzo Natsuki mentioned, the Kinzo Natsuki mentioned, does not refer to the person himself. Oh, you've stolen that move from Battler. Come on. The Kinzo Natsuki he spoke of might have been another name for this room, right? What? Yeah, Kinzo had taken refuge in Kuwadorian and was impossible to contact. That is so ridiculous. But at the same time, it's really interesting that you could actually divert the attention from something like that. I see what Beatrice is trying to do. Perhaps that's he called this room father. And by contemplating inside it, she felt as though she had received some sort of revelation from Kinzo, as in the person. How do you know that? We've stopped your movement, you've already lost. It's really, really going well for Beatrice. I kind of get the impression that when Delana gets her red up, though, I feel like Beatrice could potentially have a really bad disadvantage. Beelzebub's blue wedge pierced the base of the... Jesus fucking Christ. Base of Delana's neck. That's unbelievable, of course. Even this didn't cause her to flinch, but her movements were restricted even further. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Is that all? Oh my god, that's what she asks. Fair enough, yeah. You don't call it a full course dinner if you stop at the soups and the hors d'oeuvre. What the fuck are they? Right, trivia time. Oh yeah, these things, appetizers, right. Okay. Looks quite nice. Oh my god, I love that. I'll hit you with the main dish. And when Beatrice says, watch your stomach explode, I think she's quite literally going to get a steak and, you know, make it completely impale her stomach. I'll hit you with the main dish and the dessert at once. So watch your stomach explode as you die. Even if, as you say, this is a closed room and impossible to escape from, you can't deny the possibility that he's still hiding in this room. True. Yeah, I'm not talking about a hidden door. He might be under the bed or above the ceiling. True, actually, yeah, I see that. Yeah, he might be hiding in a completely unobtrusive, blind spot that only demons can know of, right? Or it might be that Natsuhi who was ordered to speak specially on Kinzo's behalf. Fair, yeah, considered herself both as representative and another Kinzo. That's hilarious to think how absurdly ridiculous that is. In other words, it's possible that Natsuhi was also Kinzo. That is really, really interesting to think that Natsuhi could potentially be another Kinzo in this Blue Truth argument. So let me just analyse the effect of this. So Natsuhi makes it so that she says that she is another Kinzo. So whenever Kinzo is referred to, it's actually Natsuhi that's being talked about. Yeah, that does make sense. So, are you talking about Natsuhi whenever you look at these arguments? Or are you talking about Kinzo? You know, the actual Kinzo. Yeah, I've got plenty more. At 11 last night, Kinzo escaped out of the window. I mean, yeah, that is understandable, and that would actually explain the whole receipt conundrum. That's how you watched him go and then lock the window. No, I see that, yeah. Yeah, I agree, because how can you deny something like that? In fact, it might be the most beautiful blue truth yet, and it really, really fits, I see that. How's that? Dlana Anox. God, she is so hyped up. There are many ways to escape from this closed room. What about the red? Know your foolishness in trying to oppose Mama. Oh my god. There's no need for you to argue back. Just lose them. Just lose them for all eternity. What? You have got to be kidding me. They're actually allowed to do 3 stakes at once to pierce somebody. That's really, really interesting. I do wonder who actually decides how many wedges or stakes can actually be, you know, piercing the opponent. But I suppose the amount of stakes or wedges that are piercing or blue wedges that are piercing the opponent is sort of a measure of how well this has actually been doing. So, you know, obviously if something is doing really, really well, then there are going to be a lot of wedges that can actually pierce it. It's just like an indication of how good the point was. I really like this OS, by the way. I like the bit crushed snare drum. Or at least it sounds bit crushed. It works. Like, when I say bit crushed, I mean a very, very subtle bit of bit crushing, but you still see what I mean. Yeah, isn't that ironic to think that the 7 stakes of Purgatory, they do not have approval for Dlana, my god. The 7 stakes appeared from Baltor's Golden Tornado, one after another, piercing Dlana with blue wedges. 4 blue wedges were buried into her neck, chest, gut, and Jesus fucking Christ. I don't even want to imagine how painful that must be. Holy fuck. Yeah, including the one buried into the top of her foot. She was pincushioned by 5 stakes. Jesus Christ. Somebody's pissed off about the fact that they haven't actually been able to have a go in completely harming another individual. Beatrice-sama. When's my time? What about Lucifer? Come on. It's not just you. Fair enough. I mean, this is one of Beatrice's most important moments. You really think that she should be caring about you guys? Yeah, I'll use it if I think of any more. Be quiet for now. How do you like that, Dlana the Witch Hunter? Shut up! She is probably going to desecrate all of Beatrice's blue with the red. Like, why is she even saying this? She is so absurdly overconfident that it actually kind of pisses me off. I mean, obviously not in a bad way, but still, it's just such a stupid move. Right, they were all ridiculous arguments, but they came fiercely one after another. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Although a total of 5 wedges pierced Dlana, her expression didn't change in the slightest. Yeah, that is indicative of the fact that she is able to disprove it with red. However, her movements had indeed been limited. What is she going to do, I wonder? Fair enough, but at the same time, I kind of get the impression that Dlana could have the potential to be more scary. Who knows, though? Which is sure are scary. Yeah. Yeah, you can't beat twisted logic. Fair. That too, yeah, they don't violate the Nox Decalogue. It's valid. Yeah, Right, this is going to be interesting. Not saying anything.
見事です、ベアトリーチェ。
Well, damn
この
Beatrice.
書斎が無人で密室だったとしても、それだけでお父様の存在を否定させる
It
わ
is
けにはいき
surprising
ま
to
せん。
think, but yeah, even if there was no one alone in the study, even if there was no one in the study, and even if it was a closed room, that alone isn't enough to deny father's existence.
波の相手ならこれで決まりと思うところだがな。
Oh yeah, fair, but not with Lana, no way. Against a normal opponent, I'd think the matter settled by now.
だが、あやつはトラノール。
Yeah, that really is absurd. No, she's a fucking hard opponent. I mean, when would you ever have normally thought that a title like that would give somebody indication that they're going to be an easy opponent? No way. But this is Lana, Head Inquisitor of Heresy.
実戒を破った自分の父さえ切り捨てた冷酷女。
Yeah, that's absurd. This ruthless woman killed even her father when he violated the declaration. It really is. It's so surprising.
今のうち
Genuinely, Kinzo now. Right. Now that Delana have been pinned down, this is their last chance to recover their magical power and escape. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, fair. Once again, a pitch black gate began to rise slowly in front of Berto and Kinzo. This is when Delana finally, hopefully, acts again. She needs to, because if she doesn't, then these guys may have potential to escape. Though the gate had once been opened by simply drawing in the air. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah. It wasn't so easy in the study now, filled as it was with the power of denial.
いかがですか皆さん。
What do you think, everyone?
この書斎のことをどう問おうとも、お父様のご健在を揺るがすことなどできないのです。
What do you think, everyone? No matter how much you question the state of this study, you can't question whether or not father is in good health.
おやおや、おっしゃいますね。
Oh, so you say?
あなたも、そして私も、
You and
この
I.
戦いの一部であることを忘れない方がいいですよ。
Yeah, fair. Both you and I had better not forget that we are part of this battle, right?
私に魔女と戦うことはできませんが、
Fair.
あなたと戦うことはできます。
I cannot fight against witches, but I can fight against you. Erika grinned at Natsuhi with a smile. More demonic than a real... Jesus Christ.
夏日さん、
Natsuhi-san.
重ねてお伺いしますが、
Oh, this is going to be interesting. So we're actually really switching between arguments. I really like that when Ryukishi switches between arguments, we just have such up and down situations. So obviously we've had the situation where, you know, the ups of Beatrice and Delana's battle have been shown. So obviously now, when we view this, we're probably going to view some sort of advantage for, I'd assume, Erika. And then we're probably going to see the downfall of Beatrice. Because let's be honest, I think with an opponent of Delana, the Head Inquisitor of Heresy, the Head Inquisitor, she deserves that title. There is no way she is going to go down with only 4 blue truths. Or maybe more, I don't know. Natsuki-san, let me ask you
あなた
again.
は昨夜、確かにこの部屋で、後宮金蔵さんと
Yeah, definitely,
お
yeah.
話ししたんですね。
Last night you're sure you spoke with Ushinomiya Kinzo-san, right?
ええ、
Yes.
一日の報告とお休みのご挨拶をしておりましたと
Yeah.
何度も言っております。
I have said repeatedly that I came to deliver a report for the day and to say goodnight.
おかしなことを聞きますが、あなたの潔白を証明するための大切なことですので、
This may be a strange thing to ask, but since it's needed to prove your
は
innocence,
ぐらかさずにお願いします。
please answer me straightforwardly.
あなたの言う金蔵さんとは、
Oh,
私た
that's
ちの認識する後宮
interesting.
金蔵さんですね。
Yeah, this Kinzo you speak of is the Ushinomiya Kinzo-san we all
そ
know
の
of,
名
right?
を持つ別の人物、別の存在ということはありませんね。
It is very interesting that she is actually considering this. She literally has the mindset of a witch. I'm not even joking if she considers eventualities like this. Well, or a mindset very similar to the witches. It isn't a different person or thing with the same name, is it?
よくおっしゃる意味がわかります。
I'm not really sure what you mean.
つまりこういうことよ。
It's like this.
お父様亡き後、この部屋自体を
Oh,
お父様へと呼んでたりす
that's
る
interesting.
なんてことはないの？
Yeah, he didn't, for instance, start calling this room itself Father after Father's death, right?
って聞いてるのよ。
That's what she's asking.
あんたはお父様にお休み前に一日の報告をしていたなんて言ってたわね。
Yeah, and that is really interesting because obviously it could be referring to the room itself. The room itself could be called Father, and maybe Natsuhi could potentially be talking to some sort of dead spirit, or, I don't know, just thinking as if Kinzo was in the room, and it's genuine. And I mean, it is kind of genuine, but still, you get what I mean. Yeah, you said you gave a daily report to Father before he went to sleep, right?
それはお父様という名の書斎で一日の報告を壁に向かってしていたという意味じゃないの？
That doesn't mean you gave a daily report to the wall. Here, all by yourself. No, it doesn't. She did genuinely give a report to Kinzo, but at the same time. Yeah, all by yourself. Inside the study called Father, right?
ブレナ、
Yeah, of course, he says that. How rude.
そんなことはありません。
Nothing of the sort
お
happened.
父様はお父様です。
This is the really weird thing. Like, she is genuinely giving a report to Kinzo because of the fact that she is believing in the illusion of the witch. So as a result, she can see magical entities and souls that have been, you know, remained from the dead. But at the same time, with a human's point of view, it would be reasonable to think that, you know, only the walls and the study itself are being taught to because of the fact that Kinzo is dead and there's no means of possibly seeing him. Isn't good out.
そして確かに昨夜、私はここで報告とお休みの挨拶をさせていただきました。
Oh my god, you do not know how good it feels to have another bottle full of water in my room. Holy fuck, that's so lucky.
何のごまかしも言い逃れもありません。
This is the ironic thing. I don't even disagree with the fact that she's not trying to trick them. Yeah, I'm not trying to trick you or talking my way out of anything. Well, actually, she is yet isn't because of the fact that, right, she is tricking them because of the fact that Kinzo isn't really alive. She isn't tricking them because she actually feels as if she has had a conversation with Kinzo.
なるほど。
It's just the fact that he isn't alive to anybody else apart from her. I see.
では、私の言葉が復唱できますか？
Oh, that's really, really interesting that obviously you can't repeat it in red. But, you know, Erika is just actually asking Natsuhi to repeat. Right.
あなたが何のごまかしもまやかしもないというなら、私
Interesting.
の言葉が復唱できるはずです。
In that case, can you repeat what I'm about to say? If you aren't tricking or deceiving us in any way, you should be able to do it.
いいでしょう。
Fine.
何でも復唱します。
Will you? I'll repeat whatever you want.
復唱要求。
Repeat it.
後宮夏日は昨夜23時。
Interesting magical sound effect. Ushidomi and Natsuhi did at 11
この
last
部
night.
屋で後宮金蔵と確かに同室
Yeah, but I don't
して
disagree. She
会
did.
話しました。
The thing that's really bad about this is you can't actually say it in red. So as a result, there could be some, you know, decline to the truth, even though this is what's happened. Ushidomi and Natsuhi did at 11 last night. Speak with Ushidomi and Kinzo while in the same room as in this room.
私、後宮夏日は昨夜
But
23時。
yeah. That's the weirdest thing. Yeah, Ushidomi and Natsuhi did at 11
この
last
部屋
night.
で後宮金蔵と確かに同室して会話しました。
Yeah, speak with Ushidomi and Kinzo while in the same room as in this room.
グッと。
Good.
では最後にお聞きします。
Oh, that's really interesting. I wonder if this has been a trap. Then I'll ask the one
ま
last
さ
thing.
か夏日さん、
Seriously, now Natsuhi-san.
その後に金蔵さんを窓から放り出して自ら窓を閉めて施錠した。
This is really quite funny to think that
ありませんよね。
if you're actually looking at some sort of witch-related argument, then you could, in theory, make it so that this is your basis. You didn't do anything like throwing Kinzo-san out of the window after your conversation and locking the window behind him, right?
それでも筋が通っちゃいますので。
Still, I don't disagree. Yeah, because everything still makes sense if you did. Apart from the body moving.
どうして私がお父様を窓から追い出さなくてはならないのですか？
Well, I don't want to chase father out of the window.
程があります。愚弄にも程があります。
Nobody's listening to you now. This is intolerable. This mockery is intolerable. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Please allow me to speak. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Let it be said that when Natsuhi refers to Kinzo, she means Ushidomiya Kinzo and no one else. Please allow me to speak. Natsuhi claims to have met face to face with Kinzo in the study at 11. Natsuhi let out a cry, but it was too late. She had been totally suckered in by the provocation. Oh, that's interesting. The blue wedge to the foot representing a telephone discussion. The blue wedge to the neck representing the study itself being called Kinzo. It's really interesting that with the witches, this is quite literal, but this is quite literal because obviously after the wedges have been in you for too much time, you are obviously going to die. But with humans, it's quite metaphorical. It's as if we have wedges in the chance of actually living a future after having done such a horrible deed of murder. It's just really quite ironic to think that she hasn't actually done murder whatsoever, but at the same time it's just reasonable to think that she has because of everything here. Yeah, the blue wedges of the foot representing a telephone discussion. Oh yeah, fair enough actually. Yeah, the blue wedge to the neck representing the study itself being called Kinzo. Yeah, invalid arguments. Yeah, the blue wedge to the gut representing Natsuhi herself being called Kinzo. Yeah. The blue wedge to the thigh representing Natsuhi letting Kinzo escape out of the window and locking it afterwards. Yeah, definitely, yeah. The four of them were smashed up with a thin sound. Oh my god. Ooh, fair, yeah. Because Natsuhi, the one who knew the truth, had been denied. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Had denied them. Those denials have gained the power of the rhetoric. Yeah, fair, yeah. Despite Kinzo's absence in this closed room, Beatrice had introduced 5 ways that Kinzo could exist. Yeah, but obviously Natsuhi entirely denies all of them. That's so surprising. Yeah, because obviously the telephone call was denied. Right, let's just cross-reference these with how they are denied. Telephone discussion denied because Natsuhi claimed in-person discussion happened. Because Natsuhi repeated, you know, it not being called Kinzo, the study. Natsuhi did talk to Ushidomiya Kinzo. Wait, I don't know about the last one. I suppose it's just because of the fact that Natsuhi didn't actually do anything. Yeah, but that's the denial there. This mockery is intolerable. God, you sound like your salary has just increased by 7 figures. Or your, you know, bank balance number. That's dirty, though. It is really, really interesting to think that all of the witches' arguments can actually be denied by the human arguments, and it's interesting to think that the witches' arguments are totally interdependent on the actual humans' arguments. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Only one wedge remained. Fair, yeah. Yeah, in other words, this is the last blue truth that could bury the contradiction of Kinzo existing in the study at 11 PM, but not existing there later, after it became a closed room. There was only the theory that pierced Lana's chest. Kinzo was hiding somewhere in this room. Yeah, understandable, yeah, because obviously it's the devil's proof as to whether he is still alive or not, and you can't say whether he's alive or not in the red, because that'd be basically giving the answer, which you can't do. Let me just refer to the Nox Deca something, Decalon, Decaman? I don't know. I forgot what it was called. Right. Yeah, a Decalogue. Yeah, but that theory, even if Kinzo wasn't present in this closed room study, he could still exist there. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Well, I didn't actually find anything in the Decalogue, but at the same time, you know, I think it's pretty obvious that in a mystery story, you can't just give away the answer. Because obviously, if you had a red truth that would actually give away the fact that Kinzo wasn't there, then that would make it so that that's a red truth that's too powerful. You can't use it. Because of the fact that it completely makes it so that it's impossible to accept the existence of Kinzo. If this wedge of Satan's were to be crushed, their chances of escaping this room would become hopeless. Yeah, exactly, yeah, because 4 out of 5 have been crushed completely. Oh my god. Beatrice-sama, what the fuck is happening? God, whatever is happening, she is in absurd pain. Fuck. God! Quickly, escape while you still can. Zelana slowly grasps the final wedge, which still pierced her. No, don't tell me. Apparently that vice-like grip was hurting Satan, as though all of the bones in her body... Jesus Christ. No. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. All that remains is this one wedge. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, it was about Kinzo hiding somewhere in this room, correct? As a detective, I've searched all of those places. Fair, yeah. It's still a devil's proof, I would have thought. If I didn't find him, just where could he be hiding? With the final wedge still sticking out of her chest, Lana slowly approached Beato. If this wedge was taken out, then oh yeah, definitely Beatrice could potentially be screwed. Allow me to ask. Yeah, just where in this study is Kinzo hiding? Well then. Maybe he's under the bed? A check of that place has been finished. Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, because of the fact that a check has actually been finished, you can't say, because of the fact that it's been checked in red, you can never ever think about the fact that it's been there. He's been under the bed. By the way, can I just say that Beatrice is absolutely fucked? The second this wedge actually gets out of Delana, she is going to win. And all of Beatrice's means of denying Kinzo will have totally been... destroyed. Yeah, exactly. The blue truth has been destroyed. Yeah. Maybe he's in the bathtub. Oh, a check of that place has been finished. Oh my god. Totally provoked inside the closet. Under the desk. Behind the curtains. A check of that place has been finished. Check finished. Oh my god. I just love her face. You can so tell that she is just feeling gratitude in the fact that she has totally won. This is just luck. Beatrice needs to somehow find a place that hasn't actually been checked. What about you know, I don't know, somehow above the ceiling? Or is that counted as a hidden passage? I don't know. I check out that place has been finished. Yeah, that's bad. God, she is really, really getting screwed. Behind the bookshelf. Behind the closet. Yeah, fair. Under the carpet. Under the floor? What? I'm sorry, but how can you hide under the floor? Where? Where would you do that? But to be fair, that's not completely absurd. Under the floor, above the ceiling. Yeah, kind of like the, well, above the ceiling, it could be on the roof. Not necessarily inside. Ooh, yeah. That is totally ridiculous again, but yeah, still, behind the wallpaper. True. Inside the sofa, inside the chair. God, isn't it just so ridiculous to think how many places can be thought about? Inside the bed, inside the blankets, inside the walls. I am in your walls! Inside a rock, what? You are ridiculous, inside a crag. I love just the quality of reasoning just totally decreasing. Inside the room? What kind of fucking ridiculous thing is that? Everything else is actually kind of valid though. But to be fair, I don't really think you can think about above the ceiling. No, wait, you can, but you can't really think in any sort of attic because that could potentially be considered a hidden passage, I'd assume. Because obviously there's no means of entering it that people know about. Oh, this is going to be interesting. So the blue wedges are attacking Lana. Jesus Christ. Hang on, what is she doing? Is all of Beatrice's red being entirely disproved by Lana? Oh my god, wait, what's happening here? Is Beatrice dead? But yeah, seriously, yeah. But the only thing is, this is interesting. You know, die the death sentence to death, great equalizer is the death load. That's really, really interesting, those lines, because that could potentially be indicative of the fact that, you know, she has killed Beatrice. No location will work against Lana by this point. I know, seriously, it's just really, really surprising that every single location has been entirely checked. But this is really, really good that she can say this in red. It's because of the fact that Eddie Kai is such a good detective. These people are kind of interdependent. Lana took Baldor's final desperate onslaught head on. Oh my god, seriously, yeah. Turning everything back with a far stronger power up them up. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Beat them up. Knock them down with overwhelming force. No longer does any place exist in this study for Kinzo to escape to. Seriously, yeah. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, Baldor was blown back like a leaf dancing in the wind. Yeah, that is interesting. I really do wonder if it's over. Knocked around over and over again. Like an empty can lying on a road. But now, no matter how many times Baldor used the blue truth, it wouldn't be able... Yeah, I see this. Yeah, it wouldn't be able to defeat Lana's red. Interesting. Yeah, that is understandable. There are no other places in which you can actually think. So, elimination for the fact that Kinzo has... For all of the stuff regarding things that could potentially be taken out of context. And also elimination for anywhere within the room. And also elimination for an exit out of the window. Oh my god, which is so pathetic. Fair, I don't disagree with that whatsoever. Yeah, you just try to talk your way out of things endlessly, trying to confuse the truth. Let me borrow Delana's words. I'm disappointed, Beatrice-san. She can't even talk back, that's the thing. She is just so hopeless and so powerless now because of the fact that, you know, she has been sentenced to death. What is Great Equalizer, by the way? I really wonder. Oh my gosh, she is totally defeated. Yeah, Edgar coldly delivered those decisive words to Bertha, who was crawling on the ground. My god, a proper way to confront your loser. Detective's authority.
探偵は全ての現場を検証する権利を持つ。
True, yeah. Yeah, the detective has the right to inspect all crime
そ
scenes.
して私は権利を行使しました。
I have exercised this right.
よって宣言します。
Therefore, I can say this.
この部屋に金蔵さんはいません。
True, yeah. Kinzo-san is not inside this room.
そして部屋の密室も完璧です。
Furthermore, this room is a perfect closed room.
以上の2点から断言します。
From the above 2 points, I can state this fact.
この部屋はずっと無人です。
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, from the above 2 points, I can state this fact. The room was empty the whole time.
夏
Yeah.
日さんが金蔵さんに昨晩ここで会ったと嘘をついていたのです。
And it is really interesting to think, when you're looking at a human cause, entirely the case. When you're looking at a magical cause, you're not lying about the fact that she's actually met Kinzo, but at the same time, obviously, there is no way that in the human world, you can justify what you have magically seen. Yeah, Natsuhi-san lied about having met
以上
Kinzo-san here last
これ
night.
でチェックメイトです。ベアトリーチェさん。
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes this checkmate, Beatrice-san. Oh my god, her face! Jesus Christ. Okay, now I can see why this person is Berncastle's piece. My god, her
い
laugh!
かがです？
How's that?
ただこの部屋が存在するだけで、
Simply by the existence of this
フ
room.
ルドエリカはこの程度の推理が可能です。
This level of reasoning is possible for Furudo
い
Erika.
かがでしょうか、皆様方。
What do you think, everyone? Jesus fucking Christ. Ooh, yeah, at these words, the final wedge shattered. And at the same time, the pitch black gate that was about to open shattered once. Yeah, Kinzo was screwed. Yeah. Fully at mercy from the power of denial. This time, the warp bottle had been completely destroyed. No longer would Kinzo be permitted to exist in this room or escape from it. Yeah, seriously, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be really quite interesting. I wonder what... Yeah, she's been rendered totally powerless. Yeah, Bertha struggled to her feet, but that was the best she could do. She no longer had the energy... Yeah, understandable, yeah. She no longer had the energy to fight. She had taken all of the denying Red head-on from close range. Yeah, understandable, actually, yeah. It took all her strength just to withstand a pain so strong, it felt like she... Jesus fucking Christ. That's absurd. I mean, obviously I knew that, you know, being denied in the red could potentially be really, really painful, but I did not realise it was this painful. Jesus Christ. God. She had taken all of the denying Red head-on from close range. It took all of her strength just to withstand a pain so strong, it felt like she vomited up all over her insides. Even Berto, who would always aim for the title of the strongest and most evil witch. Oh yeah, she is hopeless when it comes to denying. Yeah, couldn't do a thing against the witch hunter. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. It's really, really interesting, that. Yeah, I like that. No matter how sturdy a sandcastle you build on a beach, it can never win against the rising tide. Fair, yeah. I suppose you could say the more powerful and the better a witch actually is, the further the sandcastle is actually going to be away from the tide, and the harder it will be for the tide to actually defeat them. Yeah, sorry, Kinzo. Yeah, definitely. I mean, God, I can't imagine how much pain she must be in. Yeah, it looks like this opponent really was tough after all. Beatrice, thank you. True, I couldn't agree more, yeah. You've done so much for me despite your remaining grudge. Fair. Yeah, and it's actually really quite ironic that, you know, Kinzo's life is not going to... Well, I mean, obviously it could be referring to Beatrice or Kinzo. You know, let's interpret it with Kinzo in, you know, the main focus here. Yeah, I suppose Kinzo's life will definitely flash by because of the fact that he can see death coming, so obviously Beatrice has to revive him so that his life doesn't flash by. I guess it's true that your life flashes by when you see death coming. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Wow. God, I remembered how you once looked when you were young. Oh, that's interesting. You were annoyingly like Battler. And that is really interesting. I feel like this really foreshadows what is actually going to happen regarding the game board. Yeah, and I'll pass on everything, my soul and the qualifications of the head, to Batora. I no longer have any regrets. Right, really interesting question. What happens if Battler survives this, and then he becomes a piece for the game board? I really do wonder. I no longer have any regrets. Batora. My apologies. How pitiful. That was sort of fight with you once again. Yeah, that's interesting. You have got to be kidding me. I must settle my accounts like this. That is really, really interesting. So when it says End of the Golden Witch in, you know, episode 5's title, that could potentially be indicative of the fact that this is the final blow that completely defeats Beatrice. Oh my god. Jesus. To Berto, it seemed as though Battler had met her gaze. Yeah, that's interesting. There was no way he could have. This Battler was the piece... Exactly, yeah. There was no way he could see Berto in this higher level world. However, his eyes really... That's totally weird. Really did meet hers. Even though they couldn't have, Berto was sure they did. Could it be coincidence, or... could it be somebody else who was being looked at? As Erika, Eva, and the others closed in on Natsuhi question... Oh yeah, of course Eva does, yeah. And Erika, obviously, not a surprise whatsoever. Yeah, but as Erika, Eva, and the others closed in on Natsuhi, questioning her over and over. Only Battler stood apart from that tumult. His expression held none of the enthusiasm and excitement that the other humans had. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it just piercingly and coldly surveyed the scene. I wonder what he's thinking. I see that, yeah, and the expression on his face was a quiet displeasure, anger. He wasn't feeling compassion for Natsuhi because her lie was about to be exposed. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I've just got to... I love how much you can take... I love how much you can take this sentence out of context if you remove one word. I.e. when my mouse is hovering right now. That's so funny. But anyway, I'm really losing concentration. Let's get within the room. Let's empathise with Battler and see what the fuck is actually going to happen with him. Because it is really quite odd. I mean, even though Battler is really quite... I feel like Battler has immense reasoning power, but at the same time he has compassion. A little bit contradictory because of the fact that he is Burncastle's piece in this game, but at the same time... Still, I mean, which personality is going to win over Battler himself, like his own or the piece that he is based on, or Burns' personality? Like, I think... No, I feel like he's only going to use his intellect that has been gained from Burncastle when it really, really matters. However, he couldn't excuse Erika, a self-proclaimed intellectual rapist. I just love saying that out loud and, you know, actually saying that in a serious voice. However, he couldn't excuse Erika, a self-proclaimed intellectual rapist who simply enjoyed cornering Natsuhi and those who sympathize. Seriously, yeah, you are entirely enjoying the turmoil, well, increasing the turmoil and the ruination of somebody's life. Then he whispers softly. It's interesting. Could potentially be a real comeback here. A new track? No. Berto and the others definitely heard that. I really wonder. Hang on a second, could you imagine if Battler could potentially make it so that there's some sort of advantage for Beatrice, or maybe an advantage for Natsuhi's innocence? Who knows? Berto and the others definitely heard that. I really wonder, it could be anything. You don't think Battler might turn things around from this weakened position? I probably could have done it back in the day. Wow. Fair, yeah. And Battler could probably do it. Battler. Oh, agreed, yeah. Yes. Agreed. Battler, if you are indeed the man who will inherit everything from me, now is a time to prove it. Yeah, don't let the legend of the Golden Witch end here. Right, this is going to be quite something, so what's going to happen? Yeah, and I don't disagree, yeah. It's true that I met Father here last night. It's true. And he spoke to me of the Ushidomiya family's glorious history, as well as the burden of bearing it. This is the worst thing about Natsuhi's lie, because obviously it is a lie with truth that can never be perceived by humans. That's the worst thing, because there is a remnant of truth in this. Not all of it is complete bullshit. That's the thing, and this is all true. And I don't disagree with that whatsoever. Your lie has already been exposed, Natsuhi-san. We already know that you were alone in this room last night. No, because Battler may help Natsuhi. Isn't it about time to give up and confess? Coppers who are bad at giving up tend to go with bad mystery novels. Well, I think that's what she's gonna do. At least in the end, please prove that this is a slightly better third-rate mystery than that. Oh, it's useless. Right, this is where Battler comes in. It's all useless. Battler, who had been silent off by himself up until then, spoke. It does, yeah. At first it sounded as though he was attacking Natsuhi. However, when Erika realised he was glaring directly at her, her expression visibly clouded with displeasure. I wonder what he's actually going to do. And just what are you calling useless? Oh my god, if this is a third-rate mystery, then the detective's third-rate too. Listen up. What? I'm gonna become... What? I'm gonna become grandfather? What the fuck is this? Seriously, how? I don't really think that's exactly possible. You'll become Kinzo-san. Maybe. Are you saying you'll become Kinzo-san and reenact his disappearance from this room? Do you actually intend to deny my checkmate? Fool.
この男は何を言ってるのですか?
It may work. Who knows? But whatever happens here, it could potentially save Beatrice. Who knows though? What is this man saying?
新しく来たお嬢さん方。
Oh, so Bastila can actually see these people. I'm surprised. Hey, new girls.
ここのゲームは初めてか?
This is your first game, right?
悪いが、その程度でチェックメイトって言っちまうようじゃ全然ダメだぜ。
I find it really, really interesting to think that, you know, this battler has actually got the intuition of Burncastle, so that probably explains why he can actually see these people who are only in the game board. And you girls, here's your first game, right? Sorry, but it's totally useless to call checkmate after a little something like that.
本当にダメだな。
Yeah, it's all useless.
どういうことだバトラー?
That is really, really interesting to think that the game board battler is totally agreeing with this battler right here. It does make sense why Battler from outside the game board is actually trying to do this. It's because of the fact that he wants his opponent Beatrice back. These people are trying to deny and take his opponent away from him. So that makes sense as to why he's entirely changing what he's doing. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna become grandfather, that's hilarious. What are you talking about, Battler?
お前が親父になるだと?
I know, you say you'll become dad. Is he mad? Yeah.
再現してやるぜ。
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I'll reenact it.
俺がじい様になってこの部屋から消え去ってやる。
This is going to be really interesting. I wonder if he's going to so simply show how these people could entirely be disproved. Who knows? Yeah, I'll reenact it. I'll become grandfather and disappear from this room.
扉も窓もアウトやで。どうやって?
Agreed. Yeah, you can't use the windows or the door, right? How would you do it? Agreed.
隠し扉の場所が分かったんですか?
Against the Decalogue.
私たちにはさっぱり。
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
さっぱり。
I don't have a clue. Yes, not a clue. Either. It's not a clue. Russell. That sound wasn't just the noise of the onlookers fidgeting. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. It was a provocative skill chill that ran through Eddie Carr's spine.
気に入りました
Ah, interesting.
そうですねあなたは当主の指輪を
Yeah,
持
definitely.
つ後ろ宮家次期当主
He is an opponent. Yep. I see, you're the successor to the Ushidomiya family headship, the one who bears the head's
金
ring.
蔵さんの代役を務める資格は十分あるでしょう
Exactly, yeah, that should more than qualify you to stand in for Kinzo-san.
見せてもらおうじゃないですかあなたの推理
Oh, she sounds pissed off at the fact that somebody is actually disproving her golden and perfect logic that she would have thought. You know, that's what she would have thought about her reasoning. But Battler obviously begs to differ. Why don't you let us have a look at your theory? Eddie Carr's expression was no longer a challenging smile. Ah, it was malicious. Fair. Overwhelmingly yeah, that does actually make sense because obviously the one with the best reasoning out of all of them has been completely denying of any companionship with Eddie Carr and is in fact an enemy, the worst enemy to have. She couldn't conceal her anger at having this very pleasurable time of hers. Yeah, fair enough. Isn't it just so ironic to think that, you know, she has so much fun at letting her intellect see, you know, the totally bad effects it has on others. It's just so funny to think that, you know, when it doesn't have that suffering that it can actually, you know, inflict on others, it's just nothing to be caring about. Right, this is going to be interesting.
どうやって
Agreed, yeah, how will he?
ここからわらわたちを
How will he get us out of here?
読めたわ。
I've got it.
なるほど、その手が残っておったか。
Kinzo sounds like somebody who is very, very good at this type of stuff. Wow. I see, so that move is still open.
今頃気づいたかクソじじい。
So you finally figured out, you damn
隠し
geezer.
扉だのベッドの下に隠れただの。
Whatever this move is, it is going to break our understanding. Hidden doors and hiding under the bed are all that stuff is so pitiful that it brings tears to the eyes. This is the Ushinomiya Kinzo we're talking about here. Fair enough, there's got to be a more thrilling and exciting answer. Exactly. Yeah, fair. How pitiful that even I couldn't think of it, even though it was about me. Oh my god, no, I see that. Exactly. How pitiful that even I couldn't think of it, even though it was about me. Yeah, fair enough, actually, yeah. And how pitiful that the only one of my relatives to understand me is Basila. Yeah, the kid who's returned after being gone 6 years. Yeah. Basila, take my place. Do not shame me. This is going to be so interesting. Yeah, sure, Grumps. Interesting. I'll teach these guests what the dignity of the Ushinomiya family head is all about. Because, yeah, what are you planning to do, father? Natsuki, Beatrice, watch. We'll show you what being the Ushinomiya family head truly entails. Yeah, seriously, yeah. That Basila, what's he trying to prove? Oh, you. That is a devil's proof until he actually says it. You can't be sure of your reasoning there. You're a detective. Why are you not being realistic in a situation like this? There's no way he can do anything. That is true, though. Yeah, I don't disagree with that whatsoever. This is a perfect closed room. Oh, Natsuki, come over here. Now move as I tell you to. Basila called Natsuki over to the window and whispered something to her, with his back towards the others. Interesting. Miss Delano. Ooh, yeah, you're ready for everything, right? It's not possible for Kinzo and the witch to slip out of this room, right? Of course. Gertrude, Cornelia. And the palace guards. Fair, yeah. Double check that the seal of this closed room is perfect. Please allow me to speak. Isn't it just so interesting to think the fact that, you know, saying something like this every single time as etiquette is just really quite funny to see just how high of status they have. There are no hidden doors, and escape will not be granted through either the door or window. Oh my god. That is really, really interesting to think that Basila could potentially be having a death wish here. Palace guards, when Basila engages the barrier, fire without arrows, without hesitation. Oh my god. Siesta Corps, Roger, even. Yeah, Battle-sama, prepare yourself. Escaping from this room is impossible. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, but he'll do it. How? Yeah. He certainly can succeed even without any basis. Those nyes sound so fucking stupid. But at the same time, it's really quite funny, and it does really make her stick out from any of the other ones. It's really quite ironic that all of these GS sisters are bunny rabbits, but at the same time, it's just really quite funny to think that she is the only one that actually speaks like one. Yeah, let's watch. It's gonna be really quite something. Oh my god, it's got an entire watch party. I love this. Let's see the majesty of Liche's opponent.
では始めるぜ。
Ooh, I like this theme. Then I'll begin. Everyone nodded and watched the battler's every move.
じいさまである俺はこうしてベッドで横になり、
Grandfather was lying in bed like this.
夏日おばさんの一日の報告とやらに相槌を打っていた。
Grunting his understanding report of understanding of Aunt Natsuhi's daily report or whatever. Butler laid down on the bed himself. Keensor's probably just thinking outside of the game board, "Fuck you!" As if it still mattered now, Erika grumbled about disrupting the crime scene. Disturbing the crime scene. But no one listened to her. Yeah, of course nobody would listen. Butler's words are way more important. Then I stop answering and sleep.
まあどうせ長話に飽きて寝たふりでもしたんだろうぜ。
Well, realistically speaking, I'll probably get tired of all that talking and only pretend to be asleep.
貴様は分かっておる。
Ooh, you really do get it.
私はお父様がお休みになったのを見届け、
I see that father has gone to sleep.
遅れしてから立ち去ります。
Bow silently and leave. Yeah. Natsuhi lowered her head to Battler, who was still lying down in the bed, and turned around. Then she started wandering around as though doing an inspection of the room.
夏日おばさんはじいさまの就寝を見届けた後、室内のチェックをしてから退出するそうだ。
After seeing that grandfather was asleep, Aunt Natsuhi probably did an inspection of the room before leaving. I really do wonder how this is actually going to prove Natsuhi's innocence.
もちろんシャノンちゃんたちに毎日掃除をさせてるんだが、
Of course, she had Shannon-chan and the others clean it every
それ
day.
でもおばさんは細かくチェックしているわけだ。
Yeah, but she still checked it
埃
thoroughly
が落ち
herself.
てないかどうか。
Yeah, fair makes sense. Yeah, making sure there was no dust
消
piling
耗
up.
品は切れてないかどうか。
Making sure he hadn't run out of any consumables.
はい、
Yes.
大切な当主様の部屋ですから、使用人任せにせず、
Wow.
自らでも細かくチェックしています。
God, you can really tell the importance she feels in Kinzo with that. My God. This is the room of the precious family head. So I check everything carefully myself instead of relying entirely on the
これは
servants.
必ず行っていることです。
I always do that.
そうです。
That's true.
奥様は普段からとても丁寧にチェックしています。
Yeah. Madam usually checks things very carefully.
チェックは細かく、水場の消耗品一つ一つにまで及びます。
Her inspections are very detailed, and she even checks all of the consumables in the washroom level 1. Jesus Christ.
つまりよくテレビドラマで見るよう
But
な
the only thing is, it is really interesting that the servants are just totally trying to strengthen Natsuhi's point. The servants will do anything to make it so that Natsuhi can look good. Because they have to. That's what they're getting paid for. In other words, we aren't just talking about dust on the windowsill like you see all the time on TV.
水場の洗剤の残量やトイレのトイレットペーパーの残数さえ見てる。
Fair, yeah. She checks to see that there's enough soap and toilet paper in the
毎
washroom.
日でなくてもいいだろう。まめなことさ。
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, though she probably doesn't have to do it each day and she's very devoted.
それが日課です。
That is my routine.
一日たりとも当主様のお部屋のチェックに気の緩みがあってはなりません。
I mustn't slack off in my inspection of the head's room for even a single... Wow. Even a single
それ
day.
がなんだって言うんですか？
God, she sounds so pissed off. Yeah, so what's your point?
もった
Agreed,
い
yeah.
ぶるのも大概にしてください。
You cannot talk! Please keep any showing off to a minimum. Oh, Kitty, yeah, this is your
もっ
chance.
たいぶるのは探偵の特権でしょ。
Good. Good. You had potential and you fulfilled it. Isn't getting to show off being the biggest perk as being a detective.
探偵はこの私。
But I'm the detective.
こうして
Okay,
書
and
斎にいればわかるだろうが、書斎という名で呼んではいるが、
since you're inside the study, you can probably tell. But even though we call it a
ここ
study,
はもはや屋敷の中に
True,
存在す
yeah.
るセカンドハウスと言ってもいい。
it wouldn't be wrong to call it a second house inside the mansion.
寝室があり、書斎があり、水場があり、トイレも風呂もある。
It has a sleeping room, a study, a washroom, and even a toilet and
つまり
bath.
一つの部屋じゃない。
In other words, it isn't a single room.
一つの家と言っていい。
You could call it a full house.
書斎内の構造説明感謝です。
Yeah. Thank you for the explanation of the room's layout.
しかしそのどこかに隠れるという手はすでに破られています。
However, the move of having him hide somewhere in this room has already been defeated. Yeah. True.
Yeah. 隠れはしないさ。
He isn't hiding.
だが、資格はいくらでもあるはずだ。
However, he's actually going to use that card. What? However, there's got to be several blind spots.
例えば、夏日おばさんがトイレットペーパーの数を調べにトイレに入ってる間。
For example, if Aunt Nasa he went into the bathroom to check the amount of toilet paper.
夏日おばさんから書斎のほぼ全てが。
True, yeah. Yeah. Most of the study would be outside her range of vision. But at the same time, how could Keenzaw leave, even though Eva would have been in her view? In his view,
つま
even.
り、書斎のほぼ全域から観測者が消えたわけだ。
I mean, if there were multiple exits, fair, but at the same time, there aren't. In other words, for almost every location in the study, the sole observer would have disappeared. Yeah, I agree, yeah. What is he trying to do?
観測者消失。
Observer disappearance.
建造が失態します。
We've lost track of Keen's...
緊急
What?
書斎内に魔女の闇が充満せしこと申し上げたてま
Oh,
つ。
that's actually really interesting. So whatever Battler is saying, it's really correct in the fact that it completely is disproving it. By the way, I wonder, what is their symbol? Ah, yeah, of course, yeah. Got... Yeah, right. I'll read that later. It's the symbol of Lana. This... I wonder what that symbol represents. Oh, for fuck's sake. Brilliant, there's an insect in here and I don't know where it is. Fuck's sake. Oh, who cares? Right, I do wonder where this is actually going to lead. We said that the witch's darkness is failing the study.
よいぞ
Oh, yeah.
君の力が満ちてきた
A Excellent. What does it feel to the power of darkness? My god.
観測者が夏日
But
が
yeah,
いな
yeah.
くなったからなんだと
How is it something that even she hasn't figured out? That really surprises me. Yeah, so with the observer, if Natsuhi goes away, so what?
それで
What next? Yeah.
じいさまはようやく小うるさい夏日おばさんが姿を消したので起き上がる。
Rather than notice that fussy Aunt Natsuhi leaving, he got up.
どうして
Why? Oh, that's interesting. So whatever it is, Battler has really understood it,
こ
it
の
seems.
ようなイカれた夜にイカれた天気の夜空をめでることに勝る酒の魚はないわ。
My god, on a twisted night such as this, what better way to enjoy a drink than bathed in twisted weather under the night sky? Fair enough, in
夏日お
water.
ばさんがトイレという資格にいる以上
I love this. So whatever it is, it's going to be a valid, yet twisted argument that is really going to have the effect of accepting witches. And Kinzo. Since Aunt Natsuhi's in the blind spot of the bathroom,
じいさまには書斎を自由に歩き回ることが可能になる。
it becomes possible for grandfather to walk out of the study at will. Yeah, I agree. It was possible for him to move without Natsuhi's knowledge. Yeah, it was possible for him to move without contradicting what Natsuhi knew. Fair, yeah.
警告バトラが書斎扉に接近するであります
Warning, Battler is approaching the study door. Oh, yeah, you cannot do that. Yeah, allow me to
書
speak.
斎扉のロック解除時には騒音が鳴り響くものなり
A noise rings out when the lock on the study door is really... Yeah,
や
true.
夏日に不審に思われずして扉より出ることかなわぬと知りたまえ
No, I do see that. How is this argument going to work? No, that you cannot leave through the door without Natsuhi thinking something was odd. Because Battler had acted as though he was heading out. Oh yeah, for the door. Gertrude, who was sealing the door, immediately sent out a warning. Yeah, funny that, yeah. Maybe it was possible for him to leave the study while in Natsuhi's blind spot. However...
そうよ音よ
That's right, there's that
オー
sound.
トロックの解除には大きな音がするのを私たちは知っ
Yeah,
ている
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we know that there's a loud sound when the autolock is released.
書斎内の死角に夏日がいたとしてもオートロックを解除する
True.
時の
Yeah,
あの
yeah,
大き
yeah,
な
that
音は
makes
聞き
sense
逃さない
fully. Yeah, even if Natsuhi was in a blind spot inside the study, she wouldn't miss hearing it. But it still doesn't explain how Eva has actually missed Kinzo.
不審に思わないはずがない
Of course you find it odd.
金
Allow me to speak.
慶夏日は扉の開く音在室中に聞くことはなかりけりこと申し上げたてます
Yeah. Let it be said that Natsuhi did not hear the sound of the door opening while in the room. That's really interesting. So maybe Natsuhi could have been really far away just tending to Kinzo's needs. Kinzo could have pressed the button that has actually disabled the auto lock, and then Natsuhi wouldn't have heard it due to the distance, and then Kinzo could have potentially got out like that, thus meaning that, you know, Natsuhi could have been potentially the person who hasn't actually killed him, and Kinzo could be alive. He could be, you know, anywhere other than the mansion, really. He could be somewhere that's not seen, i.e. Kuwadorian. There's a good example. And an easy example to follow, I suppose. Fuck you! I hate accidentally pressing control. Yeah, the washroom and the toilet are very close to the door. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Even if there hadn't been, that autolock always lets off such a massive sound. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is odd. Yeah, she might be able to hear that sound no matter what. Natsuhi had already spoken with Edika and the others about the details of the previous night, making it quite clear that nothing out of the ordinary had occurred. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Any argument that relied on Natsuhi failing to hit the lock wouldn't work. At the same time, though, you can't prove what's actually happening with Natsuhi. Maybe this is an argument that would work really well in my time, but doesn't work here. What if you could devil's proof it? You could think, what if that... Firstly, Natsuhi could potentially have some sickness that could cause her to, I don't know, make it so that there is less sound. But at the same time, there was no sickness visible to Eva, so maybe not. And then that can also be denied in red, whether she was sick or not. But you could maybe think, if it was in our age, you could think, like, Natsuhi, I don't know, she was blasting some sort of really depressing music or something like that, or some sort of music on her headphones in order to, you know, make life easier. I don't know, it's a ridiculous argument, but at the same time, with witch logic, it would work. Obviously, that wouldn't work here, but it would work if it was set in, you know, I don't know, anything past 2010, maybe? Or whenever people started using headphones quite easily. But to be fair, proper noise cancellation, that probably only existed from maybe 2015? I don't know, though. Like, proper noise cancellation that's obviously easy to have on the go. I don't know. Anyway, this is just going totally out of context. No, sorry, out of topic. Yeah, let's refocus. I wonder. Please allow me to speak once more. What? That's cheating! Kinzo entering or exiting through the door will not be permitted. Yeah, that's just too easy, isn't it? Let it be said that this is a useless struggle. It is foolish, is it? True, yeah. It is true that I can't break through the red of that, not that girl, that Ne-chan. I find it really quite funny that he refers to Gertrude like that, yeah, of that girl by the door. But what about you over there by the window? Oh, that's interesting. In theory, yeah. Yeah, that could actually really work. No, that could. And that would completely disprove everything regarding Eva. Oh, you are good, Battler. Oh, nice! Turning us back to Gertrude, who claimed that leaving through the door was impossible. Battler locked his gaze on Cornelia, who stood in front of the window. Make sure you hold that barrier, or if yours up tight, oh, he's probably going to completely destroy it. Oh my god. Because you're going to be blasted away, okay? But now, Battler's target was clear. Yeah, definitely, yeah, it was Cornelia. It was the window. He was going to smash this closed room from the window. Yeah, I see, yeah. Oh my god, look at her face. She looks really, really scared. It's just so surprising to see, you know, somebody who was usually so disciplined, so scared. Not expecting to be chosen as the target herself. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Cornelia was overwhelmed for just a second, but she quickly regained her composure. Yeah, on rare occasions, struggling, fleeing witches were directly challenged. Oh my god! The barriers Cornelia set up on rare occasions, Jesus Christ. Ah, yeah, fair. Yeah, such witches were always fighting desperately on the brink of death. Jesus Christ. Please allow me to speak. Yeah, you are Battler's target, Cornelia. Yeah, I ask that you be on your guard. Fair enough, yeah. Fool. God, have pity on this foolish lad. Oh my god, I'm no sheep.
後ろ宮家当主ってのはな、
Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, the head of the Ushinomiya family is an eagle
片翼でもな、
with one wing.
その程度の窓で書斎にいつまでも閉じ込めておけると思うんじゃねえぜ。
Don't think you can keep me shut up in this study forever with just a flimsy window like that. Starting from a low posture, both silent and supple, Attila ran forward like a white... What? Like a white leopard. What the fuck? This guy. It's valid. Couldn't possibly be... Oh yeah, he's gonna disprove you. This is... Allow me to speak. There is no way to defeat my red. Yeah, ironic that that isn't said in red. Another your wish will not be granted, and that as well. Cornelia thrust out both her arms and made a sign. Right, this could potentially be some opposition. When she did, a red barrier closed in front of Battler. What about your cause? No, your cause is a fruitless one, Ushinomiya Battler. It's sealed from the... Oh, fuck, that could actually be bad. This doesn't matter, but this could. I don't know. No, your course is a fruitless one, Ushinomiya Battler. Know that this window is sealed from the inside, and Natsuhi did not help Kinzo escape. Exactly. I'm not saying that Aunt Natsuhi helped grandfather escape. But how can he do it if it was sealed? When it said it's sealed, does it mean it cannot be unlocked, or... Well, I suppose so. I was thinking more on the lines of a deadlock seal. I don't really think that's something I should be thinking of, though. Yeah, but what if grandfather snuck out, keeping it a secret from Aunt Natsuhi? Yeah, but the only... It's a ridiculous question, but at the same time it makes it so that this reasoning is actually on par with, you know, a good solution, really. Oh, I like that. Yeah, what better way to enjoy a drink on a twisted night? Than leaping through the ranks. Well, I think. To be fair, that would be really fun. I can't deny that. I mean, my god, could you imagine just having any sort of sky and, you know, somehow, like, riding the wind and just being entirely upwards while drinking some sort of really nice, I don't know, soda or something like that. That would be so fun. This is the 3rd floor, right? It's impossible. Yeah, true. Oh, yeah. Even you've jumped down from a flight of stairs at least once in your life, right? That's interesting. This doesn't necessarily... It's interesting to think that this doesn't necessarily prove that Kinzo would be alive after this, but at the same time it does prove that he can escape from the window. I don't know why, but it does prove that he has the means of doing it. Yeah, yes, and that's the really, really good thing. I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah. I certainly wouldn't. These people probably would, but they're just saying it so that Natsuhi can have more approval. I certainly wouldn't. It is. I don't disagree. That's ridiculous. I don't disagree, but real reasoning does not win against ridiculousness in this. Blue cracks appeared in Cornelia's red barrier, and it shattered with a crisp sound. It was all far too quick. It looked almost as though she'd gotten out of the way herself in fear of Battler. Holy fuck. Endless Nine. Magic resistance. Oh, so there's a song called Endless Nine for Umineko. Magic resistance power endless. Not fucking hell.
コーネリア様防げません退避を
Yeah, that's nuts. Cornelia-sama, you can't block it. Retreat. At the same time, the barrier shattered. The window behind. Oh yeah. Good. Yeah. At the same time, the barrier shattered. The window behind Cornelia's back was flung open. The curtains fluttered for just an instant. Though it was all filled with rain, the heavens and the courtyard were spread out in front of them. Yeah. A fitting exit for an eagle leaping from this close. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, you could in theory do it. I mean, you're gonna die, but it still is ridiculous. Cornelia, repair the. They can repair it. What?
勢い上司ドラノール
Oh my god, that's so unfair. As you wish, commanded Lana.
ここを破ること断じて叶わぬと知りたまえ
Will they, though? Know that you will not be allowed to break this. Cornelia quickly returned to her senses and set up another red barrier. Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, however, this was her last one. Yes, you've got to have more blue that totally disproves
謹んで
it.
申し上げ立てまつる
Please allow me to speak.
なれば金蔵の窓よりの脱出を仮に認めようぞ
Oh, interesting. The move of Beatrice. Yeah, let us accept for the time being that keen to escape through the window.
外より閉められる窓の施錠はいかようにしたのか
By doing some sort of dangerous ass stunt. You know, he could be... It kind of reminds me of one of those scenes from The Matrix where, you know, people were just entirely standing on the window and, you know, the only thing they can see down is skyscrapers and really, really high city views. I don't know. Maybe you could have done that in theory, but I don't know. It kind of depends on the structure of the window. It would have been very hard to do no matter what. That is a very valid point that Cornelia has actually raised. Yeah, the window was locked from the inside. Useless. Oh, it's interesting to see the origins of this catchphrase again. Yeah, they genuinely have the same phrase. It's hilarious. Kinzo Ambassador grinned. Fair enough, yeah. Did she think this feeble red could block the charge of Battler and Kinzo, the two family heads? Oh, yeah, fair enough, actually. Yeah. After Grandfather jumped out of the window, Aunt Natsuhi probably noticed a slight draft. Exactly. Yeah, that's reasonable, yeah. Yeah, because... Yeah, obviously she could potentially just be thinking that the unlocking of this window could potentially just be some sort of error that her servants and her have actually skipped over. So then she can actually unlock it. Yeah, that's totally reasonable. Yeah, that's good, yeah. After Grandfather jumped out of the window, Aunt Natsuhi probably noticed a slight draft. She then approached the window, realised it was wide open, and then quickly closed and locked it. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Natsuhi, you couldn't have imagined that I'd slipped out of the window. Yeah. Yeah, I love that they just totally are in on it together. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So it's only natural that Aunt Natsuhi thought that Kinzo was sleeping in bed. Ooh, you have got to be kidding me. It's destroyed again. Fucking hell. Now the Battler have found the answer. Yeah, the red barrier was more fragile than thin glass. Jesus Christ. You could poke your finger through that and then it would just entirely disintegrate. The red magical wall of certainty had been smashed again. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So easily that it disgraced the name of certainty itself. Lambda is pissed. Unbelievable, right? Yes, it is. Yeah. That barrier was more firm than any Ronove had ever used against. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. But at the same time, this, endless 9 magic denial power level. Yeah, and yet it had been destroyed so easily. Though Battler was rushing fiercely and had almost reached Cornelia, she didn't step aside. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, her steel spirit, worthy of the name Eisern Jungfrau, didn't allow her to step aside. Ooh, that's interesting. She took a charm from her pocket, placed it against the thin air, and made a sign. Then, not red, but a blue burn. What? Blue burn there. That makes no sense. Oh, that's really interesting. So I wonder if she's going to somehow use the blue? What? Though it was far more frail than the red barrier, it was her last method of resistance. Or maybe it could just be indicative of the fact that there is a little bit more defense for the red. You won't let me get, you won't get through. You won't. Let me speak. Be that as it may, this is the 3rd floor. Oh, right, so the blue is just for her theories. Yeah, how can a wingless human escape from them? That is very true, because this question does always remain. Yeah. Jesus Christ! It is absurd to think just how absurdly provoked she is. Wow. No, that you won't get through. You won't. That's going to be interesting. Just quit your whining and watch. Yeah, I do want... Oh my god, that's a cool image. This is the answer. You... What the fuck? What? I'm sorry, but what the fuck? What? Well, I can see why obviously it would burst through the barrier, but what? You are not telling me that he is actually going to survive this. He is either jumping to his death or he is somehow going to survive. Maybe there's some sort of pool that he can fall into, or some sort of body of water that's obviously big enough to withstand the fall from this high up. He burst through Cornelia and her brood barrier, knocked them away. And his body flew out of the window. It flew out the window through the darkness of the rainy sky. What the fuck? Ooh. Yeah, I like that achievement name. The fragments of the blue barrier scattered, beautifully adorning the surrounding area. No, I see that. Yeah, this closed room. Yeah, definitely. I don't disagree though. Yeah, I've been smashed open. Battler flew out of the mansion. Yeah, but how are you going to survive? Through the sky, above the rainy courtyard. What the fuck? All of the raindrops became small round gems. Yeah, were scattered through the air. Battler threw across the treasure box world of the exquisite stormy sky through the countless gems of rain that filled it. What is he going to do? Oh yeah, of course it's frozen in time. In the sky over the world, frozen in time. Zelana and Battler faced each other. If Battler, who had smashed and flown out of the window, was like a knight leaping off a white horse, then Zelana was like another knight who floated in the air waiting for him. In the air above the courtyard, surrounded by the Ushinomiya mansion and frozen in time. Oh yeah, fair, yeah. Yeah, the true new head of the Ushinomiya family and the disciple of heaven who would test him cross paths. Well done. Exactly, I agree. I'm actually quite surprised I was thinking on the right lines, but yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you are going to be alive or not, it just matters. It doesn't matter about the aftermath. You don't contemplate This is just means. You don't contemplate motive, you don't contemplate opportunity, you just contemplate means. Well done. When you fall into the courtyard, whether you live or die, it won't change the fact that Kinzo could have defeated this close.
命を捨てて
Exactly,
飛んだ
yeah.
あなたこそ殉教者
You have got to be kidding me. So Battle is actually going to die. Well, of course he's gonna fucking die, but still, though, you who have thrown your life away and jumped around. Oh, seriously,
よく
though,
ぞ
it's
我らの
absurd.
密室結界を打ち破ってみせました
Yeah, definitely. I just really hope that he's not gonna die. Well done. You have smashed our closed rim
あ
barrier.
っぱれです後ろ宮バトラー
Splendid, Ushidomiya Batara.
されど我こそは史跡異端審問家ドラノル・エノックス
However, I am the head inquisitor of heresy, Lana
ディ
A.
ス
Not.
ミスと逃すことはできません
Oh, that's really, really interesting. So maybe that's going to be a potential saving of Basila's life. I cannot allow you to escape out from
最
under
後
my
に我
nose.
がたちにあなたと交える栄誉を与えたまえ
Now, at the end, allow me the honor of crossing swords with you.
ああ歓迎してやら
Sure, bring it on.
このゲーム
Seriously, yeah. This game is surprisingly unrelenting. In this world where the gems of rain fell slowly like large snowflakes on a snowy field, Lana and Battler slowly crossed paths. Yeah. I mean, it's a really, really absurdly noble thing to do. And obviously this smashes any devil's proof whatsoever or any other means of, you know, doubt. But at the same time, this is the worst thing. Is Battler actually going to be able to recover from this? That's the worst question. It quite literally has been smashed open. In this world where the gems of rain fell slowly like large snowflakes on a snowy field. Diana and Battler slowly crossed paths. It seemed slow, and yet it happened in a flash. Their gazes crossed and clashed like lightning. Night confronted night head on, and everything would be settled with a single. Fair enough. Oh, wow, look at that image. Blue and red crossed paths.
書斎内に夏日に死角が存在することがあらかじめ示されましたか
It's interesting that they can't actually deny it in red now. Was it shown beforehand that a blind spot existed within the study from Natsuhi?
示されていないならばこの推理は許されません
Oh, fuck. If it wasn't shown, this theory will not be
ノッ
permitted.
クス第8条
Oh, shit. Nox is 8.
提示されない手がかりでの解決を禁ず
Oh. It is forbidden for the case to be resolved with clues that are not presented. What? That's so unfair. But at the same time, these people need to, you know, fight with any means whatsoever. If they can refer to the Decalogue, they should. Lana's double strike. Oh yeah, it is a double strike, I can see that, yeah. With both the blue and red blades reached out to slice Battler. How the fuck, and failed. These long swords. God, I love this background. These long swords, which had never lost over the course of 100 battles. Cut through empty yet. Jesus Christ. Yes, true, actually. Yeah, when we entered the study, its structure was clearly described. Good. Yeah. Yeah, because obviously it was a clue that you can objectively use. It does not interfere with Nox's 8th. For the first time, an expression showed on Lana's face. It was a sudden smile. What? Ah, that's interesting, but she was obviously testing the waters, seeing if there was maybe some way she could actually get out of this situation. She had known about that long before. However, she still couldn't let him escape without accepting that single strike. Attempting that single strike even. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Not even with her reputation as an Inquisitor of Heresy on the... God, yeah, fair. Yeah, she still crossed swords with Battler, even though she knew it would fail. God, yeah. Yes, I knew. True. Yeah, with your answer, Nox's 8th is not violated. Exactly, yeah. Here comes no hard feelings. Yes, come. In Battler's hand was a blade that shone red. What? That blade etched out the red true. Oh my god, so he's actually saying this in red. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that Kinzo's study was a small villa he had created inside the mansion. A study, a library, a place to sleep, yeah, and a bathroom and a washroom. It was divided into multiple rooms. That has already been shown. Yeah, and it suggested that there could have been a blind spot somewhere within the room. Yeah. Ooh! Oh my god. Without any mercy. No, without any without any reluctance, which would have been dishonorable. Oh my god, yeah, the sort of red truth cut into Lana. It cut a beautiful hemisphere through the countless gems of rain. Jesus Christ. Well done. Time exploded into life. What? Wait. Both of them fell through the courtyard. One drifted down. The other tumbled through the air. Then there was a soft sound and a dull thud. Huh? The first was the sound of Battler landing gently in the courtyard. You have got to be kidding. What? The second was the sound of Lana crushing. That is brutal. Wow. I'm just genuinely so surprised that he has literally been able to evade death because of the fact that he has been able to defeat his opponent. That really surprises me, genuinely. It just surprises me that in a world of such a brutal game, a rule so kind to the winner can actually be permitted, even though they have literally sacrificed their life, potentially, for this game. After crouching down for a while, Battler slowly stood up. Though he had jumped down from the third floor, he had landed as lightly as though he had merely jumped over a fence. I know!
Battler!
Oh, Yeah, Beatrice is alive now, yeah. Berthold leaned out of the study window, looking to see if the supposedly wingless battler had landed safe. Yeah, he has, like, that's a ridiculous thing. Berthold. Come on, you've got to be kidding me. Beatrice can jump as well. Huh? But yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, that window is our way out. So jump. Yeah. You're not the kind of witch who can be locked up inside a closed room, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the study was no longer a closed room. She could jump from there, escaping from here. But now the closed room that had threatened to capture the witch and suffocate her had been destroyed. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yes. You too, Kinzo.
行け
Go.
バトラーが答えを見せた時点でわしの魂はすでにこの密室を逃れておる
Fuck! Kinzo's gone! From the moment Battler showed his answer, my spirit had already escaped from this room. That's actually really quite interesting because obviously now he has fully fulfilled his purpose because of the fact that Battler has been proven to have worthiness of the head really. And it's just interesting to think that, you know, like Kinzo, he would be able to break through barriers that are just absolutely absurd and shouldn't be able to be broken through. God, that's him dead! Fucking hell, Kinzo's form became a cloud of gold butterflies and disappeared. The closed room barrier had dissolved, and the power that denies magic had scattered. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Berthold ran towards the window. That was the only exit from the closed room of this witch. Yeah, definitely, yeah. After glancing at the Chiesa sisters and the subordinates of the Inquisitor of Heresy. Yeah, she readied her wound-covered body and ran towards the window, just like Battler had done. Yeah, she looked like Cinderella running as she heard the bell toll. There's no way we'll let you escape. Beatrice, the illusion of the witch. No, but the only thing is, this is the really, really ironic thing. It's impossible for Beatrice to be denied now. Edgar flew at Berthold, trying to latch onto Berthold as she dashed. Oh, that's it. Oh my god. But it was like trying to catch smoke, and she landed face first on the floor. Fair, yeah, there's no way a human can catch a witch, for one such as her, without love. Yeah, fair, yeah, even touching Berthold was impossible. Oh my god, Chiesa calls. Shoot the witch, shoot her dead. Jesus Christ. By the way, I want to see something. Where is 556? Genuinely. Surprises me that we haven't seen her yet. Alignment conflict, unable to fire. Allow me to speak. Yeah. I have no barrier prepared that can block Battler's blue truth. Both Chiesta 00 and Gertrude spoke with unbelievably calm voice. It is actually really quite ironic to think that these people were the underlings, so they probably don't really have much connection to whether, you know, their superior masters have actually won or not. They just need to do their own duty, so Yeah, and also, even if they do feel connections to it, like, they are furniture, so they obviously have to display that they don't. Both Giesta 00 and Gertrude spoke with unbelievably calm voices.
誰にも止められない
Yeah, definitely. Not even you. That's the worst thing. Yeah, no one can stop them.
人なの金蔵も
Not Battler, not
ベ
Kinzo,
アトリーチェも
not Beatrice.
こいつらが逃げ出した
If these guys manage to escape... Oh, that won't look very good on you, will it?
私の密室それが
Well, somebody is actually going to have to accept defeat. Edika is a really absurdly smart person, but at the same time, she just cannot taste, you know, the bitter taste of defeat, really. She needs to learn how to. My closer, my theory. I'm fucked.
探偵
The detective, but you're also fucked.
フルドエリカが
That doesn't matter here. I'm the detective, Furudo Edika. You're also... Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, I mean, I understand that this did affect her really quite a lot because of the fact that her theory has actually been denied. Jesus fucking Christ, though. Yeah, I mean, if you can't tell from this that Edika is a really, really damaged person, I don't know what you can, you know, tell. Oh my, that's just so surprising how absurdly affected she is. I mean, I think this really, really just shows greatly how ridiculously much she cares about this. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Edika crouched, screaming and clutching her head. Yeah.
天下の黄金の魔女がジジイのカビ臭い書斎ごときで打ち破られてるんじゃねえ
Grubby study. The Great Golden Witch isn't going to be defeated by something like this. Jesus, grubby study.
まだ第一の番だろうが
Fair, still just the first time. It is though, seriously.
お前のゲームが甘くないってことを思い知らせてやれ
I'll teach these newcomers that your game isn't that easy. God, Edika cannot accept defeat. She really, really can't. Oh, Beatrice is out. Oh my god, just like Battler, Bertolt also flew. Oh my god. So Battler's actually caught Beatrice. Jesus Christ. They really, really make it so that the images regarding, you know, Battler and Beatrice, they really are just the most beautiful in terms of their floral patterns and also just, you know, their... I suppose you really get the theme of elegance, which is obviously a thing that is really quite significant in Umineko. That looks so, so cool, though. She drifted down through the rain treasure box world into Battler's chest. Yeah. Wow. Battler caught her with both arms. So catching a feather from her, and that's absurd. How did he catch her, though? I mean, isn't the weight going to kill him? And the gravitational potential energy as well. And all of the force and all of her velocity. Putting that strain on your hands. And potentially your entire body. But no, you wouldn't have thought that would work here, because obviously Umineko defies anything that we thought we would know. It was like a knight catching a princess who had been locked up in a tower. I see that, yeah. Yeah, like a beautiful picture of a scene in some fairy tale. I see that, yeah. I like that. That's so sweet.
やっぱ
Ooh.
惚れたわ。
Crap, I think I'm in love.
後ろ宮家の当主ってこういうやつらばっかなの。
All the Ushinomiya family heads like this.
後ろ宮金蔵の破天荒を記せば
If you were to write down the unprecedented feats of Ushinomiya Kinzo,
書斎の魔導書の数に負けぬ長い波乱の物語が書けるでし
Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, obviously, well, somebody's a little bit infatuated. Jesus! If you were to write down the unprecedented feats of Ushinomiya Kinzo, you will probably have an uproarious tale longer than all the grimoires in the study put together. I feel like that is a little bit exaggerated, but still. Jesus
その
Christ.
次の当主の物語
Yeah, fair enough, actually,
記
yeah.
す価値が大いにありそう
It seems the tale of the next head will be worth writing down as well.
だいえいえもう記しておりますと
In fact, it is already being written.
それは
Fair.
長い
Oh, I don't disagree. It is a very, very long tale. And its length is only going to continue as well. Yeah, the demons giggled on top of the roof, holding umbrellas. Then they quietly looked down over the two in the courtyard. Of course they're on top of the roof, by the way, it's hilarious.
お前
Ooh, no way. Though this is definitely a victory, we've got to remember that this is Burncastle's piece, and it's not a true... It could potentially not be a true representation of Battler's ability, by the way. And obviously, the ability of Battler outside the game board is very different to the Battler in... Sorry, you know, outside the game board. The Battler inside the game board, I meant to say initially. You're not bad at all.
お前のゲームで何回鍛えられたと思ってんだよ。
Oh, wait, hang on a second. Never mind then. Yeah, I guess all of your games have toughened me up. Fair, yeah. In short, Beldor actually praised Battler as he held her in his... Oh my god, Battler laughed in his usual carefree way. Ah, yeah.
こんなことが
This is...
ありえない。
Impossible, impossible. Erika looked down from the window and clenched her teeth, still clutching at her head. It is though, genuinely, because it is actually really quite ironic to think that all of the things that have happened here, they completely destroy the reasoning. How can Erika reason something like this? Yeah. Still holding Bertel on his arms, Battler grinned back.
エリカ、
Erika. What?
何ですか。
黄金の魔女の謎はお前にはくれてやらね
I'm not giving the riddle of the Golden Witch to
え。
you.
俺が解
I'll solve it.
く。こいつはな、俺たち二人の
That riddle belongs to the two of us.
謎だ。まあ、レアと。
Oh yeah, that's interesting, yeah. Indeed.
わらわの謎はそう
My riddle was... Yo.
そう
Yo. What? Oh, when Battler laughed evilly, Bertel's face turned uncharacteristically red. But even so, she spoke while laughing loudly. My riddle
わ
was...
らわの謎は
Yo.
そなたそなただけのものだ 後ろ宮
yeah,
バトラ
that's good. Yeah, yours alone, Ushinomiya Battler. Good.
誰にも解かせてはやらぬ
Yeah, that is fair. That really, really is fair. Yeah, that is interesting. So,
こいつめふざけたこと言いやがって。
listen to her saying something like that. Battler snorted, amused that Bertor had said something so out of character. Yeah, and still holding Bertor in his arms, he spun around in a kind of woes. The falling gems of rain celebrated their victory over this trial. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
3階の窓から飛び降りて
I know, definitely. This is the worst thing. There is no possible way to actually reason this without looking at magic. He jumped down from the 3rd story and he's
飛び
alright.
降りて密室を脱出
He jumped down and escaped from the closed room.
ふざけてます。こんなの推理じゃない。めちゃくちゃです。
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even disagree with her. Yeah, this is ridiculous. This isn't reasoning, it's insane. But at the same time, it's impossible to deny what you have seen with your own eyes. If Battler had at least been seriously injured and writhing in the mud, Edgar might still have some sort of... Exactly, yeah, some sort of ground to stand on. But she doesn't, no. She might have been able to claim that Kienzor couldn't have jumped down with his whole body and gotten away unscathed. Yeah, however, Battler stood calmly in the courtyard, looking up at Edgar with the dignity of the victor. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
皆さん
My god, her
もう
face!
一度聞きますけど
Everyone, I'll ask one more time.
こんなのありえませんよね。
This is impossible, right?
人間が3階の窓から飛び降りて平然と降り立つなんて
There's no way a human could jump
そんな
down.
のあるわけがない。
Yeah, there's no way a human could jump down from the 3rd story and land on
そう
her.
でしょ。みんな
Isn't that right, everyone?
ましてや老体の金蔵さんが3階から飛び降りてみせるなんて
But
こ
the
んな
only
の
thing is,
推理じゃない。
how do you disprove what is literally being shown right in front of your eyes if there is no apparent way of doing so? Much less Kienzor-san jumping down from the 3rd floor at his age. This isn't reasoning. Yeah, Eddie Carr tried to get everyone's agreement and somehow turn things around. Yeah, definitely, yeah, but their responses were no different from how they'd been a short while ago. Fair.
いや金蔵さんならありえますな。
No, it wouldn't be possible for Ginzo-san.
親父ならやりかね
Exactly. Yeah, and you have an unbiased person as well. This person isn't paid to, you know, cover Natsuhi up.
お父様だものね。
Even ever! This is father we're talking about.
武勇伝の王よ人や。
Yeah, definitely. I don't disagree with that. There's plenty of crazy stories about that man.
それくらいじゃ驚きもせんで。
Something like this wouldn't surprise me a bit. Yep. What?
あんたたち頭も正気もどうかしてんじゃないですか。
God, isn't it ironic to think that whenever, Eddie Carr can't actually use her reasoning and intellect to totally bully people, she bullies people because of the fact that they aren't understanding her reasoning, really. Is there something wrong with your heads, with your brains, people?
いずれにせよ。あなたの
Definitely,
密室
yeah.
は完璧ではなか
I
った。
don't disagree. At any rate, it looks like your closed room argument wasn't perfect. Yeah. God, she sounds like she's just about to punch somebody. I mean, my God, look at how much she's not only crying, but she's sweating as well. I mean, Jesus, it's absurd to think just how much she cares about this. But to be fair, this is her life. This is her... Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Not only the servants, but the family members also agreed. They all agreed that there was nothing strange about Kienzor jumping down from a 3rd floor window. Isn't that hilarious? Yeah, just who in the world is this Ushidomiya Kienzor person? Yeah.
まあ60点というところか。
Well, I'll give you 60 points.
若かりし日の金蔵ならもう少し派手にやってみせるぞ。
Kienzor would have done it with a bit more flash in his younger
も
days.
うひとひねり欲しいところだ。
He needs some more tweaking.
おおどの程度にひねる
And how much should it be tweaked?
そう。
Well,
そのわらわを抱いたまま飛び降りるくらいやりかねん。
he might have jumped down with me in his arms.
わかった
Got it.
次の機会には大体の飛び降りてください
Oh, I like that. Yeah, you just make it seem as cool as it possibly can be. That'd be really quite ironic that Basila could potentially prove that by, you know, having Beatrice jump in his arms. Oh, I like that. Okay, the next time I'll do that.
やれるものならやってみよう。
Well, I think that's a bit of a death wish. If you think you can, you try. Oh, yeah, it is growing faint. Somebody gets a little bit embarrassed. Beldor's voice grew very faint and she gulped. Then her body, suddenly crumbled away into a cloud of gold butterflies. That makes sense. She has no reason to actually serve Kinzo anymore. Yeah, that was because many people were rushed up to the window and she was being bathed with... Oh, yeah, fair. Yeah, and she was being bathed with gazes filled with the anti-magic toxin. Fair. Yeah, Beldor's body became invisible to them and melted into the air. Fair enough, yeah, so to their eyes, it appeared the battler was standing all alone out in the courtyard. It is really interesting, that.
Battler! 大丈夫か?
Battler, you okay?
ご無事そうです。よかった。
It looks like he's fine, my goodness. It's so surprising. I mean, my god, I can't imagine how scared Rudolph and Kiria must be.
敗北です。
Yeah, I have not. It's so surprising,
主
that.
催の彼らのためにも私にとどめを。
In that case, for the benefit of those people in the study as well, deliver your final blow to me.
あの主催の密室でいかにして金蔵が
Could you imagine if this could potentially entirely make things go back to how they were before and Lana potentially having an advantage? Who knows? We can never tell. Use your final blue truth to show how Kinzo escaped from the closed room of that study. There was no pain in Lana's expression. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, pleasure and pain never showed up on her face in the first place. However, she was only barely able to rise up to her feet, using her longsword as a crutch. So it was easy to guess at how heavily she'd been at. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, I don't disagree. And despite her lack of an expression, you could tell that this was a loss she could accept. Fair, yeah, unlike a certain somebody, i.e. Erika. That's really quite funny, that. Battler and Lana turned to face each other. Here I go.
いざ来たれ。
Yes, come. I really do wonder what she's actually planning here. There is no way. See, it's really quite ironic to think that this could either be a final blow, or it could be the complete opposite. There's no way of telling. As though readying herself. Ah, right, never mind then. Yeah, Lana quietly closed her eyes, but she still stood tall and maintained her air of dignity. Yeah, that's interesting. Always remaining bold until the last moment. Genuinely. Right, the blue power gathered. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Battler slowly approached Lana. Then he faced the rainy sky and yelled out the blue truth. Right, this is going to be interesting.
夏日おばさんの目を盗み、窓より書斎を脱出した。
Ushinomiya Kinzo escaped from the study through the window when Aunt Natsuhi couldn't see him.
夏日おばさんはそれに気づかず、窓を施錠したんだ。
Aunt Natsuhi didn't notice and locked the window.
これで、夏日おばさんが23時にじい様の就寝を見届け、扉のレシート封印。
Yeah, agreed.
窓の内側からの施錠を矛盾させずに、じい様は書斎を脱出できる。
In this way, Aunt Natsuhi saw grandfather go to bed, yet grandfather was able to escape from the study without contradicting the lock of the window or the door your brother received.
実際に脱出可能であることは。
That's the ironic thing. I've just demonstrated that it was physically possible for him to escape. Yeah, no devil's proofs. I will only believe it's over when Lana is killed. Therefore, this battle is over. Oh my god. Hold up a sec. So it's a bit. The blue wedge flashed through the courtyard along with a blue bolt of lightning. roaring down towards Lana's forehead as she stared up at the sky. Yeah, she's totally dead. There is no way she can ever come back. I think. What is she going to do? No, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, if you lose, you die. Genuinely, Berto's game isn't forgiving. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because means, motive, opportunity, you've got to think about those three in mystery normally. But at the same time, it's just completely broken, as we can see here. Yeah, it's doubtful whether the classic patterns of the mystery genre even work here. Yeah, it's so brutal, but I see that. Yeah, your swordsmanship isn't bad, but you ought to be a little bit more flexible when you're thinking. Fair. A massive blue wedge that looked like a pillar. Oh my god, was above Lana's forehead. Ooh, and its top of his tip just slightly touching her. It didn't run her through. Oh. It made no mark larger than being poked with a pencil. Oh, yeah, when Basilisk snapped his fingers, the blue wedge shattered and became a shower of translucent gems. No, drops of rain that poured down over the courtyard. What? Lana sat down in a dazed sort of way. Has she been killed or not? I would assume so, but I don't know. Amidst the thunder and rain. Oh, yeah. Amidst the thunder and the rain, the successor to the Ushidomiya family headship faced the people staring down from the study and spread his arms wide. It quite literally is, yeah. Welcome to Berto's and my game. Welcome, Furudo Erika. Yeah, that's interesting. A totally brutal introduction. I'm using Ushidomiya Butler. Jesus Christ. I'll chew it to bits. Yeah, I mean, even though this has been a big defeat for her, maybe she's actually going to be able to make it so that she rises up. Who knows? I'll chew it to bits, this riddle of the witch. Jesus Christ. All the way deep into its guts, yeah, while it's still alive. Jesus Christ. I don't think I've ever heard a more masochistic laugh. Fucking hell. That just makes me so absurdly uncomfortable. And it is just interesting that, you know, so that Erika can't have any pain, she just laughs. She just laughs in a fucking terrifying manner that makes her seem crazy. But yeah, obviously, anything to dispel the pain for her, I suppose. Yeah, Battler and Berto both look calmly up at Erika, who couldn't contain her. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, who couldn't contain her evil laugh. Yeah. It's calm for the victors. Ooh. And very... Yeah, of course, she's entertained. Calm for the victors. Very, very... Well, the total opposite for anyone else, really. Very, very significant agitation for the, you know, losers. Oh, this is good stuff. True, yeah. You have got to be kidding me. Erika, that was so lame. She's actually... Oh my god. Now I can see why her emotions have so suddenly changed. Oh my god, to be bullied like that after having, you know, just made a humiliating defeat by yourself. I mean, that's horrible. Lady Burncastle. My apologies. That look on your face. Jesus Christ, it's so incredibly laughable that I'd like to smash it and put a frame around it. Jesus fucking Christ. Do these people ever stop laughing? Like, I'm not even joking. That is, I feel, I'm not even joking, but I get that Erika's a really, really horrible person, and, you know, she sees no... Well, to be fair, it's interesting that we view her as a horrible person, but, you know, with her views, is she really doing anything that would be considered really, really horrible? Because with her views, even though she has no compassion whatsoever, firstly, the Ushinomiya family don't really have any relevance to her, and secondly, she treats everything as if it is a mystery. So I do wonder if, by doing that, she doesn't have morals for things like that. So you could, in theory, say that, you know, because of the fact that she doesn't have morals and she doesn't have the space of thinking, she herself doesn't think she's doing a bad thing. Because with but at the same time, she doesn't think she's doing anything bad by doing this whole mystery-related stuff. But firstly, she probably knows it because of her intuition. But secondly, it's also what you think you're doing versus what you're objectively doing. You may be doing something without a bad intent, but if it's objectively bad, then it will be considered bad by others. So I think I've disproved my own argument. Yeah, that is awful. I mean, it is just so absurd to see how, you know, these people who want entertainment as much as anything, you know, how much they bully these people. It's awful. God. Yeah, bathed in the sneers of Burncastle, a being who was like a mother to... Oh my god! Yeah, that's absurd. That is interesting. It really surprises me that a person like Burncastle was like a mother to Erika. God. Erika was so ashamed that it looked as though... Yeah. God, yeah. Erika was so ashamed that it looked as though she chewed her lower lip to pieces. Someday I'll definitely... God. This is so unpleasant. Yeah, but that is a total declaration of revenge. It really, really is. But yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, the riddle was ours. Fair. Somebody deserves his opponent back. This riddle was ours. I won't let anyone get in the way, Beatrice. Yes. Oh, right. That's the end. Yeah, that was very interesting. My god, that was something. That really was quite something. Now, I really do wonder what's actually going to happen from here. Is it going to basically be... is it... Oh, very slow moving of the clock. Yeah, I really do wonder what's going to happen regarding the next... 11. Right. What's going to happen regarding the next murders? Because they're probably going to happen really quite soon. I wonder... Before we get on to the next chapter, let's read about Gertrude and Cornelia. Oh, we're in the Golden Land. Oh, this is going to be interesting. What's actually going to happen with the Beatrice there? Is anything going to change? I wonder. That seems like it signifies a depressing atmosphere. It's raining in the Golden Land, though. That actually really surprises me. I'm surprised that Beatrice can't control that. But at the same time, Beatrice, the person who created this Golden Land, is completely immobile, so maybe that's why. God, the cruelty of these people is just absurd. Genuinely. And this as well. So you have a personal connection to somebody of really, really big severity, and yet they are just, you know, defacing you this much. Right, let's have a little break. Actually, I think I might go to bed now. I'm really quite tired. My eyes are dead. I don't think I can read anymore. Yeah, but before I go to bed, I wanted to read a little bit about, you know, the servants that actually are, serving Lana. So, right. The 7th District Repentance Enforcement Agency. I love that. You force repentance on people who have done really immense crimes. Yeah, I see. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, no, I see that, yeah. Oh, that's really surprising. Yeah, so it is actually really quite interesting to think that, you know, somebody like this, I mean, just look at the expression that she's actually been, you know, that has been chosen to have her shown. It's just really, really interesting that, you know, it just seems so discompassionate and so neutral, but at the same time she is apparently really quite compassionate. That's surprising though, genuinely. I just really wonder how these people are at work versus when they're not at work. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that's fair. Right. Cornelia. Right, let's read about her. Oh, this is her first time on the job. Oh, that's actually really, really interesting. So that definitely provides some sort of information as to why, you know, the blue barrier wasn't even attempted to, you know, but when Bastila was actually breaking the blue barrier, she didn't even attempt to counteract it. Cramming for exams, that's hilarious. Oh my god, it's just really got funny that, you know, you could be cramming for exams and then in your break times you could just be doing stuff like this. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I see that, yeah. Oh, that's... Oh, God. Yeah, that is understandable. I mean, obviously, that's probably a really, really significant learning curve you actually go through. God. That's interesting. Fair. Right, now I'd like to read firstly about Lambda and Burn. Wait, no, we've already read about them. And it's just common sense stuff anyway, even if there are a few differences. Right, I do want to see what is here. Yeah, I see that. That's actually really interesting now that we think about it. That does make sense. But that is really interesting to think. Has he actually disappeared though? And has he actually been killed? I do wonder, but because of the fact that he was actually been... I'd assume that he was in Lambda's possession. I think it's a very high chance that he's actually died. So these are just the generalized descriptions. Isn't it ironic to think that that's actually really, really interesting. So, you know, the Eisern, I need to know how this is read. Yeah, Eisern Jungfrau. It is interesting that the Eisern Jungfrau actually has. That means Iron Maiden, and then this is Eternal Maid too. I really do wonder if there's some sort of reference to some sort of reference that actually links them together. I mean, they both literally have maid within their titles. But obviously this could be something... This kind of reminds me of Irie from Higurashi, whereas Iron Maiden obviously reminds you of either the Torture Machine or the band. I don't know. Yeah, that was a really interesting read today. I predicted correctly that battle was fucking cool. That really, really was. And my god, seeing the stuff regarding... you know, not only Talana, but her defeat, and also Erika as well. That was just really, really interesting to see, you know, the totally damaged nature of the fact that, you know, whenever she loses, whenever she can actually whenever she is forced to accept defeat, she will never do it happily, and she always refuses to do it. I mean, my god, it's just interesting that, you know, she now has a reason to fuel her revenge. Could potentially mean her, you know, deadliness as an opponent is actually going to have increased. I really, really like the soundtracks we saw today, and I also, just in general, loved everything that was going on. I thought today was definitely one of the more strong, you know... logic battles, really, and I thought there was so many layers to it. I found it quite confusing. Right, this is something I need to discuss that is actually quite important. How the logic battles actually take place concurrently with, you know, all of the people that can't see the witches and all of the magical entities. So, basically, what I'm assuming is happening is the witches' logic battle is going on one time, and then, so there's the battler outside the game board, and there's also the battler inside the game board. But the battler outside of the game board, I think the battler outside of the game board is just someone we should stop thinking about now. We should think about the battler inside the game... Wait, no. See, the thing that never really makes sense is it seems as if the battler inside the game board actually has knowledge about the fact that Beatrice is his opponent and isn't just any normal battler, which I find really interesting, and that could be indicative of why he is actually, you know, having so many hints. So, yeah, my theory is that, you know, the battler inside the game board actually has a little bit of knowledge from the game board. That could be, maybe that's because of the fact that, you know, that battler was Berncastle's piece. Maybe that could justify that reason. And yeah, I'm also thinking that because of that, battler has not only been able to see all of the magical entities, but he's been able to fight for Beatrice, which is something he would never normally do, and it really breaks his normal intuition, I suppose. And also regarding all of the stuff, so obviously everybody could not see the magical entities, so whenever Edika was actually disproved and she had you know, she had been disproving the closed room theories, I feel that Edika can see the magical entities and she can also interact with everyone else. So a lot of the people who could see the magical entities beforehand, they were interacting with the magical entities in kind of like a different sort of reality. Like, they were doing it outside the game board, whereas inside the game board, you know, other things were happening. But I feel that Battler and Edika were the same. They were interacting both inside and outside the game board in this. It's kind of confusing when you put it together, but at the same time, I think it does kind of work. I don't know, though. If that's wrong, then please tell me in the comments. I'd love to know what's actually correct. But, yeah, that was really fun today, and I really do wonder what's actually going to be presented tomorrow. By the way, can I just give you a reminder that, you know, a lot of fucking cool soundtracks have been played today. I really, really love them, and I've got to learn more about them because, obviously, I need to add some stuff to my playlist. Yeah, really, really good stuff. Totally reflective of the moment. So, yeah, basically, do keep in mind that a song called Patchwork Chimera and Resurrected Replayer, they probably are really, really close now. In fact, I wonder if they could potentially be played next episode. I fucking hope so. Or maybe not Resurrected Replayer, but Patchwork Chimera. That's so close. I bet you anything. I'm so excited for those songs, man. That is the main thing I've been looking forward to in episode 5. You know, like, it's the one thing I've been looking forward to from before I knew anything about the plot. Obviously, I'm more excited than about the plot than the songs, but still, fucking exciting thing to think about. But yeah, yeah, and also regarding the songs, I haven't listened to them, so obviously I want to listen to them for the first time desperately. So yeah. I'll see you guys next time. See you tomorrow. Planning to do a longer session. I don't know, though. My plans maybe... It entirely depends on what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be really unpredictable. So, yeah, maybe I'll do a long session. Maybe I won't. It's either a long session or not playing at all. I don't know. So, yeah, see ya, whatever happens. Hope you enjoyed this. Or, actually, maybe I still will play, but I'll do a shorter session. So, yeah, see ya.